Halloween is intended for immature audiences only. There's no such thing as a radio rating system. But if there were, this show would be rated O as in... Oh my God, this show is so stupid. These people should be in jail. Let's begin.
Good afternoon.
You're listening to Common Man and Timmy. Featuring Panama Ted.
Ted's a fun guy.
And the crazy soundboard.
Hola,
I'm Dennis Farina.
so much.
I even made just a little bit of a diagram for you.
56, and is that correct? Walk.
You little weasel.
Turn off your brain and unzip your pants. Here's Common Man and Timmy.
Our man is out today, so what you get is one good, clean boy and also a nice, good, clean salt and pepper man. That's Dave Biddle, ladies and gentlemen. You rock the gray hair better than anyone I've ever known.
Thank you very much, Timmy. It's always good to work with you. How you doing on this fine afternoon in rainy Columbus?
I'm doing great, man, and it's good to see you. We got a lot of fun things to talk about here today. It's a 4th of July week. We're heading towards one of the big American holidays. I'm excited. Cookouts. Hopefully this weather moves out. Hopefully we can get the golf clubs dusted off and play a little bit more. I'm looking forward to a great weekend coming up.
It's looking good. I think, like, looking at the extended forecast, looks like we're going to get the rain out of the way. Knock on wood. You never know. But, yeah, man, it looks like it's going to be a very nice July 4th here in Columbus.
I just saw out there 10 minutes before the show started, Dave. I actually had a little bit of a late lunch today. I had a chicken sandwich today. It was later than usual because I've been doing a million things this morning. I've been at work since 8:30. I wanted to hopefully pop in and catch Mark the Shark before he left, which I was just lucky enough to do. Then I had a little 9 o'clock meeting, and then it was right on to editing away at Buckeye Replay, which is going to be back on our airwaves this Saturday at 1 o'clock. So I'll be narrating those, and we're going to listen to the Ohio State Miami broadcast. What a way to start, right? I mean, we just won the national. All the while I was doing this last summer, we ended with the 2014 national championship game. That was the last one that we listened to. And as I went back and listened to the opening segment of that, I'm saying things like, it's been 10 years. Maybe this is a sign we're listening to the national championship broadcast the week before Buckeye football season is going to start. We put a lot of money. We put a lot of resources into this roster. It's got to happen here in 2024. Team of Destiny, the things that we have been saying all summer long. There had even been some finger pointing. Oh, you spent $20 to $25 million on the roster. Yeah, so. Like to go a little dumb and dumber there. And we did it. We won the title. So this year, we're going to get to hear all 3 of the national championship wins, the most recent ones, and some other big games surrounded. We're basically going to listen to the last 4 games of 2024. That's how we're going to walk ourselves up to the Texas game.
The best gauntlet ever walked in the history of college football, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
You better do it
Right?
after that terrible loss against Michigan that I'll never make sense of. Timmy, I can make sense of, like, going into the game thinking their offense is terrible. We're going to man-ball them. Even though we know their defensive tackles are their strength, we're going to go at them. But they never adjusted. But somehow we'll never know, Timmy. We'll never know. If they don't lose that game against Michigan, does that not wake them up? Probably they still go on to win the national championship, right? But we will never know. That definitely woke them up, and they were just a juggernaut. Even some of those games that ended up being somewhat close on the scoreboard. Like, you look at the Oregon game, for example, 41-21. They have a sizable win. That game was 34-0 before you could blink. Like, 41-21 doesn't even do it justice. Like, they were dominant. Tennessee scored a late touchdown to make that not even really respectable, but more respectable than it should have been. My point is they went from, like, yeah, they should be the national champion to, like, walking an absolute gauntlet and dominating.
That's what's fun about Buckeye Replay is we're not going to try to, like, squeeze these games into any window. We're going to play the broadcasts, you know? When it ends, it will end. Like, it could be 3 hours. It could be 3.5 hours. Whatever the broadcasts are, we're just going to play them. May even leave in the halftime interviews and all that stuff, too.
There's so many to choose from.
Leave the Ross Bjork interview in there.
Yeah, for sure.
With
Some of that
skip
stuff's
at
the
halftime?
best. Yeah,
Yeah.
like if you watch like an old game, they have like a halftime interview of like Woody Hayes or something. Like, yeah, this is like just as good as the game or better.
Can we have an AI interview with Woody? Did we have an AI interview with Woody Hayes that I missed last
funny.
season?
So like, but seriously, like there's so many good games. Like obviously the 3 national championship wins, and then you could go with obviously the 3 games before the national championship this past year. Alabama, the semifinal in 2014. That is like primo right there. That you could argue, well, and Urban Wood, that was more important than the Oregon game. He even said later on, he's like, that was a real national championship game. And Oregon was actually favored by a touchdown over Ohio State in that national title game.
It's actually a simple formula for our 8-week schedule here. It's the 2002 championship game, and then it's that walk to the 2014 championship, and then the walk to the 2024 championship.
Nice.
Meaning we get the 59-0, which I don't think we've done before. Shame on us.
That's a great one.
I don't think we've done that one.
What about 06 1 versus 2?
And then Bama.
What about 06? You're skipping over 06 1 versus 2?
That could be another year.
Okay,
that could be another year.
There's so many to pick from.
Look, you have to wait to start doing Ohio State. I think that's been a thing and part of our thought process. We got to wait until an Ohio State win over Michigan before we can then flip that back to an Ohio State-Michigan theme. Do you agree? I mean, there's no rules. Obviously,
Ohio
there's
State
no
has
rules
still
with
overall
this.
dominated the rivalry this century. Michigan's won 4 in a row. They have. But during the Tressel and Meyer era combined, Ohio State was 16-1 against Michigan.
It feels
it depends
like you
on how
want
you
to
look
break
at
that. It just feels like you want to break that streak.
That's fine.
And then listen to that one, the most
that's
recent
cool.
one, and then go back and do maybe a whole, like, shove it right down your throat.
Just
nothing but Ohio State, Michigan victories, right?
I like that.
That could be the theme once you get this done. But back to what you said there, though, I think I do agree that they don't do what they did if they didn't have the loss. I'm a big believer in that. Things happen a certain way. They make you adjust. They make you look at things. They make you evaluate yourself a different kind of way.
You feel like you have nothing to lose?
Yeah. If they don't have that moment, that face that Ryan Day had, where the flag planting is going on, the fighting is erupting, and he is standing there literally gone. There is nothing behind those eyes at that moment. He didn't really know what to do. And then you go back to the drawing board and you get ready for the Tennessee game. And I don't think any of us really knew what was going to happen that night. What do you got there?
I was trying
was that your YouTube audio?
I was trying to put our YouTube feed on so I could actually comment, because I don't want to comment
Biddle
under
had the
your
phone sound on.
I don't want to comment under your name or
Did you
Panama
hear that,
Ted's
Teddy?
name or whoever's name I'm under here.
Yes.
So I turn this on. And we have extra Tim Hall. We have live Tim Hall, and then we have 10 seconds ago Tim Hall. That's
man.
my bad, and I was trying to turn it down before I could, but Tim saw my eyes.
You gotta
eyes
point
went
it
like,
out.
You're watching our YouTube feed. My eyes went like.
You got to point it out.
There you go. I want, just in case I needed to chime in here on our YouTube chat, so I wanted to make sure I could chime in with my own name, or at least the 24/7 Sports name. So there you go. You're double Tim Hall there. In my opinion, that's not bad. You're double Tim Hall, right?
Biddle, that's all fun. That's all well and good. I can't even hide it. I can't even hide my excitement right now because of who's standing next to Panama Ted, and it's the 10 TV legend Angela Pace is back there. Jen's back there. Angela's back there. What? You're gonna have to pop in to the studio next segment, okay. Angela. You're gonna have to. Teddy,
that was the cameo of cameo. She's like, okay,
just got the quick little. Oh, again,
she's the queen. She can just do whatever she wants. You know, she just walks in.
Just come on in. Hey, Angela.
I love it.
I had to be here to do some great stuff and. So I can't not be in the building and come back here.
Will you wait 1 minute? Will you wait 1 minute?
All right, but I'm very busy now that I'm.
I know. I won't keep you. I won't keep you long.
Right.
I won't keep you long. Angela Pace is going to visit with us here. Sorry about that, Dave.
Don't apologize. I mean, Angela is a legend in this town. No, come on.
Yeah, you seriously got broken up.
The name Pace in Columbus, Ohio. Come on now, Orlando and Angela.
And we got Angela. We've got Mikey's late night slice. I was saying like 10 minutes before the show started. I already had a late lunch, but I got to figure out a way to slam about 5 slices of Mikey's because they just came. There's 2 pies out there. So let's go Let's go have a slice. Let's go have a slice. Surprise guest Angela Pace is going to join us here next. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We got a bit of a slowdown due to an accident that's on Frank Road at Hardy Parkway. We also have some delay due to a crash if you're on northbound Cooper Road near Corporate Exchange Drive. This report is sponsored by the International Hot Rod Association. The International Hot Rod Association Outlaw Nitro Series is back. 5 events, 4 locations, 1 explosive season. With top fuel cars, funny cars, pro mods, and more. Nitro Storm hits Columbus July 9th through the 12th. Tickets at ihra.com. That's ihra.com. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Scotty Vegas here. We all know that summer's the easiest season for weight loss. Warm weather, lighter meals, being outside. Our bodies are primed to succeed, and Awaken 180 has your game plan. Reach your goals this summer with Awaken 180, the official weight loss program of summer.
At United Dairy Farmers, peach is our most popular ice cream. Although it's only here for a short time, we sell more of it than any other flavor. And once you taste it, you'll know why it wins the popularity contest. We make it from scratch by mixing in the juice from our hand-selected peaches and big chunks of fruit. That's what gives it that unique peachier flavor. And that might also explain why peach season at UDF doesn't last long. UDF Peach Ice Cream, made for you.
The champs are back. Ohio State football returns to the Shoe this fall with powerhouse matchups against Texas, Penn State, and more. Your Buckeye Saturdays begin at ohiostatebuckeyes.com, where you can grab single-game tickets that are on sale now. Gear up and get ready for game day.
This 4th of July, Bob's Discount Furniture is bringing back 4 for the 4th. Spotlighting 4 must-have trendsetters for $7.99 and under, like my farmhouse chic Calvin bedroom, Playday sectional with pop-up sleeper and hidden storage, Consumer Reports recommended treasure mattress, and my 5-star Betty dining set in 4 gorgeous colors. So stop in or visit mybobs.com and celebrate 4 for the 4th. Oh, my Bob!
Bob's Discount Furniture.
Your bathroom's got to go, the vanity's decayed, and toilet's really old. The bathtub's giving way, give Baths R Us a ring. Call morning, noon, or night. You do not have to wait to get your bathroom right.
Call Baths R Us for your free estimate and enter to win our Christmas in July $12,500 bathroom remodel with an additional savings of up to $3,000 plus low to no monthly payments. 380-225-2284. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
Hi, this is Bob Masheter from Dick Masheter Ford. Thank you to all of Central Ohio as we head towards 60 years of doing business in the Buckeye State. Dad opened up in 1967 simply trying to offer a better way to buy a car, and we've been working ever since to serve our neighbors. We have served you through wars, recessions, and even a Chinese virus. Here is to serving you and your kids and your grandkids for the next 60 years, except on Sundays when we're closed, because it's the right thing to do. Still 24/7 at masheterford.net. Thanks.
Nashville's hottest band, Old Dominion, is coming to Great American Ballpark on July 10th as part of the Ohio Lottery post-game concert series. After the Reds take on the Marlins, all fans in attendance are invited to stay and enjoy a set from Old Dominion. Plus, you can upgrade your ticket to a Pit Field Pass for an up-close view of the show. For tickets and more information, visit reds.com/concerts.
In the old days when people lived to be 40, you only had one option for listening to your favorite show. But now, ooh, baby, radio, podcast, the Fan app, and YouTube, ooh, just to name a few, live or on demand. You have no excuses. The Fan.
Summer is in full swing. If you think you're hot, well, so are your trees. You can help your trees by watering them, especially if they're newly planted. During the hot, dry summer months, your trees could use a water boost. Watering new trees a few times a week will help them survive while they're developing their root system, so don't forget about them. To find out more about watering trees or to find a certified arborist near you, go to treesforohio.org. That's trees, the number 4, ohio.org.
Hey, I'm Ruben. My band and I have a new song we're getting ready to record this weekend. I'm also a tow truck driver. When you move over and slow down, you're not only giving me room to work, you're making sure I get to go home at the end of the day and see my bandmates.
Roadside workers have lives and families, but when they're on the job, they put it all on the line to protect and serve us. When you see flashing lights, remember, They're not just roadside workers. Thank you for moving over and slowing down.
Make your first lawn move with the reliable performance and power of Steel battery tools. Hedge trimmers, mowers, string trimmers, and more. Shop in-store or online at steeldealers.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We'll see a few showers and storms linger. Otherwise, most of us clear out for the rest of your Tuesday with highs getting in the mid to low 80s. For tonight, lows overnight down into the 60s with patchy fog developing into Wednesday morning. But we'll see plenty of sunshine throughout the day on Wednesday with highs in the upper 80s. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with your 10 weather impact forecast.
The ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus is the official sportsbook of Common Man and Timmy. Weekdays at 3. The Fan.
The number 1 pizza expert and the number 4 college basketball expert at the radio station.
Just from looking at your clothes and weight, I can tell you all watch a lot of free network television.
This is Man and Timmy.
Well, this is just a real nice surprise. A real nice surprise. No man today. I got my man Dave Biddle is filling in, and we are treated. Angela Pace, a Columbus icon, not just a 10 TV legend, but a Columbus icon.
I'll take that.
She has sauntered into the studio. What brings you by?
Is that what I did? I sauntered.
You kind of strutted.
I prefer sashay. I sashayed into the studio. I had to drop something off for Mike Albrecht up in TV.
How's Mike doing?
Sale. I don't know. But I had to drop something off for him.
Mike's a nice guy. Mike's a nice guy.
I love it. She has that I'm retired, I don't bleep.
And
I love
he
that.
is not paying my bills,
He
so I
could
don't care.
He could get a little bit better on the blacktop grill, if we're being honest.
Oh.
You remember we used to always have those things, Memorial Days, 4th of July. I don't know if we have one coming up, but maybe a little too much char on the burgers there, Mike. But that's my only critique.
But the thing is, he does sales, so what do you expect?
I expect quality and excellence.
And charring?
That's what I expect.
And charring?
You get to it. You're gonna do it. Get to it.
Okay, so I love the fact that Dave, during the break, went out and just walked in here with a piece of pizza.
Oh, what's that?
And you too. That is the tackiest thing ever. You got a guest, and you just walk in here and eat pizza in front of your guest.
Oh, I'm sorry. I offered.
And I told you no. So that meant you weren't supposed to eat pizza in front of me.
It would be rude to leave it sitting out there.
I love the justification.
They went to great lengths, right, Dave? They brought pizza for us. Are we not supposed to enjoy?
They got in their car and they drove it here, and then they walked it in. Like, we're just trying to be
walked it in, yeah.
We're trying to be courteous here.
You guys are salt of the earth. You really are. You are salt of the earth.
Doing our part.
Yes,
Angela,
you are.
I thought of you. I thought of you earlier this week when it was our last week, actually, for our fan drive.
Yes.
Knowing that you always were a central figure in putting those together. Our gal Heather was doing a tremendous job. Tremendous job running point, following in your footsteps. Yeah. Yes. Great job, Heather. But I always think of you when we're doing those kinds of events. And they threw me on TV, and I made a fool of myself as usual.
And the thing is, so this is the issue, and one of the reasons I wanted to be on the radio today, and I wish Mike was here because Mike played a role in this as well.
Thanks. That makes Dave feel really good.
Well, Dave is eating pizza in front of me, so I don't care how he feels.
I've tried to hide it from Ms. Pace. I have the utmost respect for you. Now I'm just like...
He's trying to camouflage the pizza with his thermos.
Just sitting on the counter. You don't even have a...
She shamed me.
Barbarian.
There's no napkin.
I'm not arguing with her.
No. God.
Tacky, I say. It's just tacky with a capital.
I'm not arguing with you.
I was saying that I was watching last Friday, watching the, just because it's dear to my heart, watching the fan drive, watching our noon coverage, because you were always late. When I was running things, you were always late to show up to that thing.
What?
Well, for everything, but for that particular event, you were always late.
Late?
Anyway, so I'm watching, and I see you talking to my buddy, Lieutenant Nick, from the Columbus Fire Department.
Lieutenant
Nick. He and I had just done a program together a few weeks ago. I love him. He's adorable. And I watch you, first of all, call him a good, clean boy.
No.
And then you called him Lou. And people at home are going, does he not know the man's name? Then you try to cover it up with some lame story about lieutenants being called Lou's and all the rest of that. God bless Common Man, because as I was driving here with my fan money, I was listening, and I listened to him rip you a new one for that whole
he's good at
non-TV bit.
This is exactly what happened there.
People need to come out and help us collect these fans today.
Well, and Lou can tell us, too. I mean, look at Lou. He's a good, clean fireman. We are out here. I mean, as you just gave your forecast, it might be getting a little bit cooler, but newsflash, it's still really, really hot.
And you know what? I learned, okay? I was trying to be light. I was trying to be funny.
Failing.
Failed, okay? I'm going to do that a lot, okay? They just put me on this show. It's going to take some time.
I love it. I love your vibe. I mean, maybe not as much when it comes my way, but I still laugh.
It was just so, and I felt bad for Nick because he's saying, this dude does not know my name. It's right here on my uniform.
It's Lieutenant Nick Davis.
Nobody calls each other Lou unless they're in the Army. He's in the fire department.
Hey, I watched Rescue Me, okay? I watched the whole series 2 times over. Great show on FX. They always referred to him as Lou.
Could you not give the man his props and say Lieutenant Nick from CFD? Could you not give him his props? He worked hard to be a lieutenant, not a Lou.
I know that. Nick, Lieutenant Nick Davis, I'm sorry, okay?
That's what I'm waiting for.
You still are a good, clean fireman because that's an honor. That's an honor to be called that in my book.
But as Mike said, that's a radio bit.
Well, I just said it on the radio.
And there's some little old lady out there who had just watched The Price is Right and is going, why is he calling him Lou? It says Nick right there on his uniform. Huh? What?
Worlds collide.
I'm just glad you didn't say Sweet Lou. I'm so like, hey, Sweet Lou. It's like, we're not friends.
And from the Yankees, right?
Yes, and the Reds.
And that's right, in the Reds. That's right.
Angela Pace, 10 TV legend, 30 years here, is in the studio. Dave Biddle is in today with us. It's great to see you. I guess the last time you were in here, was it their last show?
It was the last show, and I sang to
I heard it.
T-Bone. Yeah.
I was driving back through traffic.
Yep.
Running over people, trying to get pizzas back here, listening to your song.
I brought you cookies that day.
Yes, you did.
My sister baked cookies.
My son ate 80% of them.
Oh,
Jack loved them.
Weren't they delicious?
They were great.
Are you seeing a theme here with the pizza and us racing back here with pizza?
It's kind of what we do.
Yeah.
And
we have priorities, Ms. Pace.
Let me just say that I have not, with the exception of mentioning Lou Piniella, I have not heard one sports piece of information since I've been in this room.
Go Coco Golf. Okay, it's 5-all in the 5-all first set. Yeah, it's 5-all first set.
There you
She's
go.
the number 2 seed, and hopefully she wins.
Does that suffice, Angela? We talked Wimbledon now.
I'm happy now.
Tennis just happened. I love
grass
tennis.
courts. You got a mean serve. You're going to be good at Wimbledon.
I'm happy now. I'm so glad to see you guys, though, really. I was in the neighborhood. I was up the street having lunch with a friend at Cap City Diner. I had to drop something off. I ain't got no job, so I ain't got nothing else to do but have people take me to lunch for free.
That's right.
It's wonderful because
Don't pick up the check.
The Social Security check doesn't cover everything. Let me just tell you. Doesn't cover everything. So anybody out there who would like to take Angela Pace to lunch.
Oh, man.
Oh, I shouldn't put that out there like that, should I?
Let's do that, though. Let's do that. What do you got coming?
You guys should take me to lunch.
If we put that up for like auction, it would go very well.
The next time we have any kind of insert word here, drive, we'll do.
Based on the YouTube chat.
We'll do that.
Very popular.
Yeah, YouTube loves you.
Wait, and it has to be, Lieutenant Nick has to go with us to make up for the fact that you just embarrassed the man.
No, here's the thing about Lieutenant Nick. Because we got to chat, we were chatting a lot before we did that interview, and we instantly became very friendly. So I knew that I could do something like that during the hit, and I would not offend, or I would not have done that at all. And he brought me one of their challenge coins.
Oh.
And, I collect ball marks, so whenever I go and visit a new golf course or play a new course,
it's a less expensive thing to buy instead of buying, golf shirts now cost $100. You can't get one for less than triple digits now. So I get the little metallic ball marks, and they're kind of interchangeable with your divot tool. And challenge coins also are something that I would throw in the little leather bag that I have that holds all of those other golf ball marks. So we were talking about that, and he brought me one in. He actually came back to the building yesterday to drop that off. So I saw him again. We had a good laugh.
He's a class act.
Oh, yeah.
As are all the guys with CFD.
Unlike me.
I love my firefighters. I love me some firefighters. And I love the folks, so firefighters, that's how you say it. You say firefighters.
Firefighters.
And the guys at CFD are absolutely amazing. The EMTs and the firefighters there. And Lieutenant Nick, like I said, he's adorable. He's just cute as he can be. Yes, he is.
Well, Angela, we're so glad that you stopped by today. Such a surprise, really.
I got nothing else to do. I'm going back to my couch. Where I do believe that there is a rerun of NCIS. I've become an expert on Leroy Jethro Gibb.
Oh, really?
Yes,
okay.
yes,
You're into the crime scene shows.
There you go. I'm really into all that. I think that I was a criminal in a former life, and I think that's why it appeals to me so much.
I'm more of the criminal shows, not the ones about, I'm more Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, where the crimes are being done.
Yeah.
Not like people are coming after them. I like watching the bad guys.
Okay, that says a lot about you, Timmy,
Yeah.
and I'm scared, and I'm leaving right now before your probation officer comes in and takes us all away.
I've never been caught. No, I've never been caught.
Thank you guys for letting me break in. I hope I am not crashing like Jeff Rimmer time or anything, right? Am I?
3:30.
Okay.
Jeff Rimmer's napping right now.
Okay.
Okay?
I just love
he needs his rest.
I love name dropping with Jeff Rimmer. I love that. Has he ever dropped my name? I don't think he knows me, does he?
That's a good question. I haven't heard every single Jeff Rimmer hit throughout the years.
I think that's something to which he should aspire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he should.
Yep.
I mean, you guys are kind of, you might be still above Jeff Rimmer as far as icons, legends in this town.
I hope so.
I mean, he didn't call the Jackets for 30 years. They haven't even been not even a 30-year-old club.
Yeah.
So he's still got some work to do.
Okay, so he has not reached my standard.
Maybe
yet,
not.
is that- okay.
Maybe not.
That's cool. I'm good with that.
Angela, get a slice of pizza.
I am.
I want car pizza for you.
I am eating in the car.
Good.
Eating in the car. Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
Dave,
Angela.
you can go back to eating your pizza now.
Oh, man. Okay.
Now that I've shamed you, I've pizza shamed you.
I'm going to wait till you leave.
Angela Pace, our old friend from 10 TV. Yay, us. That was an awesome little treat here on a Tuesday. I was going to dedicate the show. I should just dedicate it to Angela right now, but this one actually comes equipped with what I think is some top 5 all-time audio. That in 2 minutes. It's Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
Construction has a couple-minute delay on westbound 70 on the west side near Hilliard Rome Road. And watch for some backup due to an accident that's on Frank Road at Hardy Parkway. This report is sponsored by Take 5 Oil Change. Get oil changes that are pit stop fast. Take 5 Oil Change gets you in and out in 10 minutes. And is teaming up with the movie F1 starring Brad Pitt. Drive in today and catch all the speed in action, now playing only in theaters. Rated PG-13. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Get your air conditioner ready to go for warmer temperatures ahead with Logan AC and Heat Services. Right now, service calls are just $79. Tune-ups are also $79. Talk to one of our service technicians about how you can improve your home comfort. Online scheduling is easy and takes just minutes. So visit our website and book your appointment now. Fast, friendly service, Logan Services.
It's July in Central Ohio. The grills are hot, the sun is hotter, and chances are you've seen a Newman Roofing truck rolling through your neighborhood. Maybe you've talked to one of our team members at a local event, or know someone who proudly says, "Yeah, I've got a Newman roof." At Newman Roofing, we're more than just a roofing company. We're your neighbors, and for the last 33 years, your support has helped us grow as a family-owned business. So we give back the best way we know how, with quality work, lasting relationships, and a lifetime workmanship warranty that means you'll never be left out in the rain. Thousands of families across Central Ohio have trusted us and had their expectations exceeded. And it's why we've been voted Best Roofing Company in Best of the Bus magazine for 4 years running now. So this summer, don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof. Call 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Common Man and Timmy is sponsored by Hinderer Motorsports. Listen every weekday from 3 to 6. They're good, clean boys. The Fan.
Their favorite basketball players are Leaky Black and Grady Dick.
That is childish nonsense.
You're listening to Common Man and Timmy.
No man today. Dave Biddle is filling in with us. Guys, summer's here. You got vacations, you got barbecues, you got beach days, and a lot of long nights with the people that you love. Hopefully they can be really, really long. It's the season to feel alive, but if your energy is low or if that drive is off, you could be suffering from low testosterone. That's where our guys at Tri-State Men's Health are here to help. Getting treated is the first step to feeling your best for all these summer activities. It's a time of year where it's all about fun. You want to hit the gym, you want to fire up that grill, you want to spend all those days out in that lovely sunshine, except for today because it's not even there. But if you're dragging through it, if you're tired or foggy or just off your game, low testosterone, again, low T could be that reason. I have personally felt what that quick little shot in the ace, the pain's over in about a millisecond. It's that eow and it's done. It can do wonders. They've got 2 lovely locations right here in Central Ohio. Check them out at tristatemen'shealth.com. They've got the low T quiz. You can learn a few things and go and see our guys, Tri-State Men's Health. Dave, we didn't talk about in the first segment how I know you're a big Kings Island guy, big Cincinnati guy. My son is actually getting ready. Jack is going to go down there with a buddy and mom tomorrow, the whole Wednesday. He's telling me how this is such a great plan to go in the middle of the week. He's checking on the app about crowds and how obviously you're free of a Saturday crowd, Sunday, even Friday maybe can get a little bit more slammed. He was so stoked to have much of the park to himself without having to get a fast pass. You think they're going to be good for that tomorrow if the weather stays clear and dry for him?
This is their one and only time going for the year.
No, he's already been. He already went a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah,
so
I would
he's
just
already gotten to ride some stuff.
Okay, I will say they'll be okay without the fast pass with this caveat. Like, get there, get parked by 9:45 at the latest, so you're in the park at 10 o'clock when it opens.
Okay.
That first 2 hours is just Grand Theft Auto, man. Like, you just can ride all you can ride. But then
the first 2 hours
noon,
are key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About noon, from about noon to 5, you're in a bad situation. And then, other than the beast, last few hours, you're good. Once it gets dark out, which really is, this time of year is just like 1 hour, really. Then the beast becomes like a huge line. Yeah, I'm going to make my one and only trip next week during a weekday. By the way, very smart to go on a weekday. Very smart. I am going to get.
Right?
I am going to get
Tuesday and Wednesday.
Exactly.
That's the way to do it.
Exactly.
For the parks.
I'm going to go a week from today, and I'm taking my youngest, and we'll probably get they call it fast lane. We'll probably get the fast lane, but we'll see. The best day to go to Kings Island is a day where it's like 30% rain, and it might like sprinkle for a little bit, and they close the rides for like 30 minutes, and all the people with like
Keeps
season
people
passes.
away.
Yeah. And then they reopen it, and it's just like you can just walk on rides, and if you end up paying like 3 times as much as you normally would for admission, you get the fast lane, you're thinking, what was I doing? But I will probably get the fast lane, but I think your friend and your son, I think they're okay not to. Just get there when the park opens. If you get there later, get the fast pass.
And look, nowadays, it's not the same park as Cedar Point. We know that. Cedar Point's harder to get to for us here in Columbus because there's about 30 different ways you can go, and it doesn't have an interstate that just leads you right to it. It is a unique and really cool park with the water there. But at least when they built Orion, it's not Orion's Belt, right? It's just Orion.
Just Orion, yeah.
They built that down at Kings Island. That gave them their own 300-footer.
They call it a giga coaster.
A giga coaster,
it has to be
yeah,
a certain
of course.
height, and then a certain like speed, and then like a certain like vertical drop.
Well,
and
what's Top Thrill 2 called then? What's like the code word for that? Hyper coaster or something?
Giga
That's
coaster
400.
times 5. Here's the thing. Like, I love Kings Island. That was my home. Even now, like, we're not that far away from, especially living on the west side. Growing up in the Dayton area, it was a quick little 45-minute drive. And so that's my place. I love Kings Island. Cedar Point is off the charts. Like, it is so great. There's a reason they call it the roller coaster capital of the world. So
It's award-winning.
Being a huge Kings Island fan, I completely recognize that Cedar Point is one and Kings Island is below them. But like, we're really, really, really
lucky
fortunate to have
those two.
Both, and especially living in Columbus, you can and I know Bob Taylor's a great example of this. Having
Coaster Bob, man, he's a hit.
I used to think I was like probably like the biggest person over 40 who was like into roller coasters, and Bob Taylor's like, no, sir. I love that. And he goes to both. So if you're living in Columbus, you can like go to the best roller coaster park in the world in Cedar Point, and then one of the best in Kings Island. It's fantastic. So yeah, I'm looking forward to my. We used to go all the time, man. It's now like, you get older, you have kids. I go about once a year, maybe twice if I'm lucky. So we'll probably get the fast lane, but I think they'll be okay tomorrow. Just make sure you get there at 10.
You're lucky that you can go on some of those rides and not have to vomit profusely like I do. I can't do anything that's going upside down anymore. I don't even think I can do the Millennium Force. It's just too fast. The ups and downs with it.
Could you do Beast?
G-forces.
Could you do the Beast? There's no upside down.
I'll do the Beast still.
That helix,
I'll try the Beast and some of the wooden coasters.
That double helix at the end of the Beast is so unique and awesome. But that can mess you up too.
Double helix.
That's what it's called, and it's so unique.
Oh, I'm sure you're right. I mean, you're the expert.
But like, if you don't like going upside down, that probably wouldn't be good for you. And I think, jeez, you can easily throw your back out or throw your neck out on that thing.
The thing that we did the last time we did Cedar Point, my wife and I, we took Jack and his buddy. And so they were riding partners, so they got to go and have fun all day. All we did was get the meal plan wristbands, and we just rode the train. We were like, we're barely 40 years old. We may as well have been 75. The way we were just eating and riding, whatever the Cuyahoga line is, whatever the train is, it just goes from one part of the park to the other. We just stayed on. Let's go around again. We'll meet the kids somewhere after they've ridden Maverick and Millennium Force, and what's the Steel Vengeance, the new wooden coaster?
It's ridiculous. They have the one. I don't even know what it's called. They have the one like the track doesn't like
Siren's Curse now.
Unbelievable. I haven't been to Cedar Point. That's what I mean. Like Kings Island is awesome, and Cedar Point is way better. There's no and I'm just saying this as a Kings Island aficionado. So yeah, we're very fortunate to have both of them.
All right, I said I wanted to dedicate the show today because it is our guy Carl Lewis's birthday. Yeah, that's right. That Carl Lewis. That's just one word of the song right there. And one of the great clips of audio. And I shall say, I have this part edited out for time, but if you go back and watch the YouTube video, the first time I ever saw this was Charlie Steiner showing it on an episode of SportsCenter. And it was the way that Steiner lost all control after it was done. I think his line was written by Francis Scott off key, something like that. They're cracking up the entire time listening to this clip of Carl Lewis sing the national anthem. So I just thought from the good parts on through, we shall listen to Carl Lewis and wish him a happy 64th birthday. Born July 1, 1961 in Birmingham, Alabama. And he really tried. That's the other thing. He really tried here. So here was Carl bringing home the national anthem a few days shy of the 4th of July. Way to go, Carl. Frederick Carlton Lewis. I love how he gets to the end of the land and he decides to go low. Of the free, he does not take that note higher. He knew that he was tapped out. by that point. But at least he was trying to sing it. He wasn't like this degenerate. What a shame.
That was a Reds-Padres game.
Reds-Padres.
And I didn't hear it live, but I did hear, I turned on the radio just in time to hear Marty Brenneman, like, going apoplectic on Roseanne Barr, like, about how, like, whatever he said. I can't remember. So I didn't hear it live. I've obviously heard it many times since. But, yeah, that was a Reds at Padres game. And after she sang that rendition of the national anthem, she grabbed her.
Yeah, she did. She did a crotch grab.
Thank you.
Call it what it is.
I wasn't sure
she did. That's exactly what she did. What a degenerate. Just disgusting. Carl was trying. He was trying his best.
He even said it was going to get better.
I'll make up for it now.
You know, he might have lied about that, but she was trying. To your point, he was trying.
The best part is just to hear the crowds just sort of gasping, and they let you know. They let you know what kind of performance it was, indeed. All right, I've spent a lot of my years here at the Fan covering the Buckeyes, so I'm going to take you inside the Buckeyes. Dave Biddle is in. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got some slower traffic on eastbound 70 downtown between the 71 West Split and Livingston Avenue. You're also going to hit some slowdown due to an accident that's on northbound Cooper Road near Corporate Exchange Drive. This report is sponsored by the International Hot Rod Association. The International Hot Rod Association Outlaw Nitro Series is back. 5 events, 4 locations, 1 explosive season. With top fuel cars, funny cars, and pro mods. Nitro Storm hits Columbus July 9th through the 12th. Tickets on sale at ihra.com. That's ihra.com. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Guys, listen up. How many of you out there have been diagnosed with sleep apnea? Maybe your partner can't tolerate your snoring every night. You can't stand your CPAP machine. I totally get it. But the good news is there are alternatives to the CPAP machine. And Dr. Mark Levy is here to change your sleep and your life. Trust me, your spouse will thank you later. Dr. Mark Levy can customize an oral appliance that opens your airways, helps you breathe better, and, of course, stops your snoring. That's the main point. It's quick and comfortable and an alternative to those bulky, loud CPAP machines you always hear about. For over 15 years, Dr. Mark Levy has led the way when it comes to treating snoring and sleep apnea, and now he's expanding his practice to better serve his patients with a brand new location in Marysville. I love Marysville. If you're snoring and not sleeping, you need to call Dr. Mark Levy's office today. Do not delay. Schedule your appointment today with Dr. Mark Levy at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. That's 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. You can also visit him online at sleepbettercolumbus.com. And now, sleepbettermarysville.com too.
This is This Date in Reds Baseball with team historian Greg Rhodes.
Riverfront Stadium opened on June 30th, 1970, but it was a day later on this July 1st that the first Red homered in the new ballpark. Fittingly, in that first game against the Braves, Hank Aaron hit the first home run at Riverfront, but none of the Reds connected. And so the next day, again versus the Braves, the mighty Big Red Machine lineup was ready to go. Johnny Bench, Tony Perez, Lee May, all the power hitters. But it fell to the second baseman Tommy Helms, better known for his glove than his bat, to hit the first Reds home run at Riverfront. And it was the only home run by Helms all year. What a time to hit it. The first Reds home run at Riverfront, July 1st, 1970, this date in Reds baseball.
This Date in Reds Baseball is brought to you by the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame and Museum, presented by Dinsmore. Celebrating greatness, preserving history, providing inspiration.
Get summer blockbuster savings at Coughlin Kia, Central Ohio's largest volume Kia dealer. Right now, take up to $6,000 off MSRP on any new Kia in stock. Plus, get free maintenance for a full year when you buy. Get any new Kia with up to $6,000 off MSRP. Visit CoughlinKia.com.
Largest Kia dealer based on current ground stock at all 4 Coughlin Kia locations. 2025 Kia Sorento XY. MSRP $47,990. $3,000 Coughlin discount. $3,000 factory rebate. Residency restrictions may apply. See dealer for details. N7725.
career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. SkillBridge and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify.
Join Timmy Hall for Buckeye Replay this Saturday at 1. Look back at classic games in Ohio State football history.
Sponsored by Weber Grills.
This week, Ohio State Miami play for the title. Your home of the Buckeyes, The Fan.
Hey, it's Austin Ward here. Did you jump into Awaken 180's Lose 40 by the 4th offer? If you did, wasn't it simple? People think losing weight has to be difficult, but it really isn't if you have the right plan, the right support, and if you're eating to lose weight. If you missed 40 by the 4th, no worries. There's plenty of summer left to hit your goals. Barbecues, golf, pool parties, all included with Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Start today and start dropping weight your very first week. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Sometimes I hear a sparkling sound.
Like when we say, all you have to do is point?
There it is.
That's the sound of magic happening.
Magic like we can come the day you call us? Wow.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
One watches QVC religiously. The other studies Paige Spirinak's golf swing. This is Man and Timmy.
No man today. He's getting some rest and relaxation in. I don't think he's anywhere, just hanging out next 3 days. We are not going to be here doing the live show on the 4th, so we are going to cram a lot in to these next couple of days. Later on in the show, too, I'm going to talk about the month of July as a sports month. We got to look for the things that keep us going here. As I wrote down, like the old man statement of the day for a day like today. Boy, can you believe it's July already? Man, years gone by fast, right? It's just like talking about the weather. Common man, if you see him on the street, say that to him. Say, hey, can you believe it's already July? He loves stuff like that.
He'll punch you in the face, won't he?
Or in the sack. Yeah.
One of the two.
If you have one.
That's the prereq. You have to have one for a common man to punch you in the sack.
I mean,
but seriously, it'd be like me telling you, like, Timmy, like, I'm very excited. I just bought a new, you're like, car? No, lawnmower. But I did. I bought a new lawnmower 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And I'm still excited about it 2 days later because I'm an idiot and I'm old.
Well, Teddy has now... He's gone to the electric mower.
You know,
I was afraid of those.
I'm so glad you brought that up. Teddy, I was on the fence. I ended up buying.
You went that way?
No, I didn't. But I was so close. I was so close. Probably because I still had like a whole 2-gallon can left of gas. No, that wasn't.
Just because you had gasoline
that was
left
not the deciding factor.
So it's probably
what
because
you're going to buy.
Yeah.
It wasn't the deciding factor. It was because it was a little cheaper. But still, it wasn't cheap. But I was so close. So what made you take the plunge?
Well, for me, it's not so bad because I have a smaller yard. I mean, you got those big yards out there, in your, gated communities that you guys live in.
No.
And so you might need gas to do it because, the batteries take, takes you like 45 minutes or so. And
should have bought out west, Teddy.
So you would need more batteries and then it's more expensive. But, because I have my smaller yard.
You got that eighth of an acre lot.
Yeah, so
I've got a whole.
And not much of it is groomed.
I've got a whole quarter acre, I think. Maybe. I don't know.
You know what? Quarter acre's good. That's what I'm swinging with. And to do the yard, it's not an all day endeavor. So that's what I wanted. I was just a little afraid that I wasn't going to get the power that I needed. Because if you do any kind of lawn treatment program, you're getting that thick, luscious grass if you're doing that for a year or two. And I really saw a noticeable difference when we started doing it because the first 5 years or so we lived there, nothing, didn't do the seeding, didn't do the aeration, did that, crazy grass, crazy results. I didn't think the battery-powered mower was going to slice through that. Plus, I've got a magic mower.
I imagine in 2025,
I can't get rid of it.
It's powerful, though, man. I hear you, though. I didn't make the plunge, so I'm with you. I don't know. And like, especially this time of the year, we're mowing like every 6 days. I thought we'd get a little reprieve, and it's been raining a lot. So now I'm sounding really like an old man. Man, we're mowing the grass like every 6 days.
All right, I'm going to take us inside the Buckeyes.
Common Man and Timmy present Inside the Buckeyes.
Sponsored by Atlas Butler Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Hey, Biddle, football season's going to be here before you know it. Can you believe it? It's right around the corner. This year's Big Ten Media Day is going to be held July 22nd through the 24th in Las Vegas, which is another subject that's stupid and ridiculous. It's not a Big Ten town, but the trio of Ohio State players has been announced. Junior Caleb Downs, you saw all three of these already. I can't even quiz you. Senior Sonny Styles and sophomore Jeremiah Smith. People might have wondered if Jeremiah Smith was too big for something like this. He's not. He's going. That's awesome. You got Ohio State, Rutgers, Nebraska, Maryland, Indiana, and Illinois will meet the media on day one. That's on the 22nd on a Tuesday. Big Ten Network will have tons of coverage, as they should. 6 straight hours of live coverage each day. They'll carry press conferences and all 72 attendees at the event. I know we're going to have plenty of coverage that day right here on the FAM. We're going to definitely carry Ryan Day's press conference live. Some notes on the players. Caleb is a unanimous first-team All-American. He was the Tatum Woodson Defensive Player of the Year, and somehow he didn't win the Thorpe Award. Jeremiah set OSU freshman records for catches with 76, yards with 1,315, and touchdowns with 15. My goodness. He was the Thompson-Randall Freshman of the Year. And Richter Howard's, these names for these Big Ten awards, Receiver of the Year.
I know.
He was the Biletnikoff finalist, and Styles is a fourth-year guy. The leading returning tackler had 100 tackles last year, just behind Cody Simon. He had 11 TFLs, 6 sacks, and he's a Butkus Award candidate this season. Now, some All-American scholars have been named for our women's golf team. This named by the Women's Golf Coaches Association. You got senior Faith Choi, majors in sport industry, Kari Hollenbaugh, finance major, Marina Joyce Marino, who majors in econ, and Mandy Song, also sport industry. This is Choi's 4th time being honored. Congrats to her. That's great every year. She also received the NCAA Elite 90 Award. That's the student athlete with the highest GPA at the NCAA Championship Finals. That's great. 3rd time for Hollenbaugh, 1st for Joyce Marino and Song. You must have a 3.5 GPA, be an amateur, and be on the team's roster through the finish of the season and play in 50% of events during that year. Hollenbaugh, it's focused on her. She was the stick of this group and one of the best collegiate players in the country. She qualified for the U.S. Open. She was a first-team All-American by Golf Week, Big Ten Championship silver medalist, and an Annika Award finalist. All Big Ten first team, OSU Scholar Athlete, Academic Big Ten, and a 4-time winner this past year. Amazing. And let's hit on some men's gymnastics. We never do that. You think of any famous Ohio State gymnasts through the years? How about Blaine Wilson? 6-time national champ, 3-time Olympian. And I didn't realize this. Paul and Morgan Hamm, they trained here. They were not NCAA athletes. So, as Teddy said earlier, kind of like LeBron status. LeBron did not play here, but we got all the stuff dedicated to him for the basketball team. 5 Buckeyes competed in the USA qualifier this past weekend. All of them qualified for the USA Championships next month. Christian Grahovsky, Cameron Nelson, Jesse Pekele, David Ramirez, and Parker Thaxton all punch tickets and will join Drake Andrews, who previously qualified with his Winter Cup performance in February. So, good job all around the block O. As always, you can go to ohiostatebuckeyes.com. You can catch up with what all of your favorite teams are up to at the moment. What's kind of next on the docket, Biddle, when you're thinking in terms of this football team? I know we mentioned the media days, late July. What are they up to this 3-week stretch before that gets going?
Yeah, I think the guys got some time off. I'm not sure if they're back yet or not, but I will say this. Like you mentioned, the 3 guys that are going to media days in Vegas. I give Ryan Day a lot of credit for taking Jeremiah Smith. Caleb Downs, I thought, would go. Sonny Styles, I thought, was a shoo-in. He's going to, in my opinion, will definitely wear the block O. The epitome of a leader. He's going to be a senior and returning as a second-year starting linebacker. I think he's going to wear the block O. I'd be shocked if he doesn't. Caleb Downs makes a lot of sense. You know this is his last year as a Buckeye. I was wondering, are they really going to bring J.J. Smith? Everybody who's covering it would be like, Ryan Day, please bring Jeremiah Smith and please bring Caleb Downs. And he's bringing both of them, and he's bringing Sonny Styles. So it makes a lot of sense. And I give Ryan Day credit for that because it sounds like obvious, right? We've seen it time and time again with various coaches who maybe don't bring a guy that you think that they should obviously bring. So I think that's really good for the fans, for the media, and just for the Big Ten, that those two studs, you could argue, and I know we do, that Jeremiah Smith is the best offensive player in the country. Caleb Downs is the best defensive player in the country, and they're both going to be there.
Yeah, nice, Dave. All right, looking at a recent NFL mock draft, I was doing this the other day. It got me really, really excited about one thing in particular. We kind of just hit on it. Tell you why next. Biddle is in for Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got a 5-minute delay due to a disabled vehicle that's blocking the center lane on westbound 270 on the North Outer Belt after 315. It's moving a little slow from 23. And there's a 5-minute delay on northbound 71 on the north side from 670 to 11th Avenue. This report is sponsored by rrfoundationspecialist.com. Secure your building's future with R&R Foundation Specialist. From sinking foundations, leaning walls, waterproofing, and more. Now serving Columbus, Ohio. Get a no-obligation estimate at rrfoundationspecialist.com. That's rrfoundationspecialist.com. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Summer is hot, sticky, and buggy. But Modelo is cold, crisp, and smooth. When you're sweating through your shirt and the beach is mad crowded, the lime and salt flavors of a Modelo Chelada hit just right. When the weather's perfect but you're still at work, it's time to clock out and stock up on Modelo. Drink responsibly. Beer and flavored beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Used car prices are sky high. Families paying top dollar today. Don't waste time selling it yourself. Any car, any truck, any year, we want it now. No games, no waiting, just cash. Get to Valley before the market drops.
ValleySuperstore.com.
The big one is back. The Good Guys 27th Summit Racing Nationals presented by PPG. July 11th through the 13th at the Ohio Expo Center in Columbus. Over 6,000 of the nation's baddest hot rods, muscle cars, and trick trucks. Don't miss Good Guys autocross racing action. A tire-smoking burnout competition. A pro street takeover. Earth-shaking nitro thunderfest. Meet the top builders in the industry and more. July 11th through the 13th at the Ohio Expo Center. Details at good-guys.com.
When it's time to ask life's biggest question, make sure your ring says it all. Hi, it's Alex Johnson from the Diamond Cellar, and we've been helping couples say yes for over 78 years. From brilliant cuts to better prices, the quality and selection of our diamonds is unmatched. Because diamonds aren't just our business, they're our legacy. Visit us at Diamond Cellar on Sawmill Road or Easton Town Center and learn more at diamondcellar.com. Bigger diamonds, better prices, guaranteed.
Let's be honest, we could all use a little vacation from the ordinary. But with Tim Hortons' new refreshers, you don't need to pack your bags. Just sip, relax, and enjoy your refreshing 16-ounce vacation. With tropical mango packed with real pineapple and mango pieces. And strawberry watermelon kiwi featuring real pieces of strawberry and kiwi. Also, try it with lemonade or coconut milk. A choose-your-own taste bud adventure. Head to Tim's for the new refreshers. Your 16-ounce vacation awaits. Only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants.
When you walk up and down the stairs, do you feel a crunch in your knees? Or when you lift your arms above your head, you hear a click in your shoulders? Have you tried steroid shots and now they're suggesting surgery? Before you go under the knife, you should hear me out. Hey, it's Tyvis Powell, and I want to tell you about something that helped a lot of people get their lives back without getting more meds and without having to have surgery. It's QC Kinetics, leaders in regenerative medicine using the treatments like advanced cellular therapy and platelet-rich plasma, all designed to actually help your body heal itself. Their cellular treatment contains growth factors and healing properties to maximize your own body's ability to heal itself. 92% of patients report satisfaction with their results. Learn more about something that could be life-changing. A licensed medical provider will go over your x-rays or MRI and see if you're a good fit for these breakthrough treatments. Find out if you're a good candidate. The consultation is free. Go to qckinetics.com/Columbus or call 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
With over 33 years of experience, Newman Roofing has become a household name in Central Ohio. Voted best roofing company 4 years in a row, Newman Roofing delivers a white glove experience every time. When it comes to your roof, call 614-NEW-ROOF or visit newmanroofing.com today.
Hey, it's Anthony. I actually enjoy the off-season. Gives me a chance to be really active, travel, be on the move. But when my back started giving me pain, I wasn't going to just deal with it this time. I went to the Good Feet store. Their personally fit arch supports got my feet into their ideal alignment, and I could already feel the difference in my back immediately. And they educated me. I had no clue. We actually have several arches under our feet, and those cushy over-the-counter insoles were not going to do the trick. So many people suffering with pain can benefit from their system. People with pain in their feet, ankles, lower legs, knees, hips, and more. I've been wearing my personally fit arch supports for a while now, and they've given me the motivation and confidence to be as active as I want to be. The Good Feet store thrives on being solution-oriented. Go in. The fitting is free. They want you to try them in the store and feel them for yourself. So get back to living the life you love with the Good Feet store. They're on Stringtown Road in Grove City and on Polaris Parkway. Or check them out at goodfeet.com.
Hey, Ohio, Prime Sports has arrived. The only book where you can lay 108 instead of 110 on all your favorite teams. Football, baseball, basketball, and hockey. Why would you risk more to win the same amount at another sports book? Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Get a welcome bonus to match your initial deposit up to $400 in bonus bets. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan.
Good afternoon. This is Paul Keels following an off-day. Cleveland Guardians kick off a series in Chicago against the Cubs tonight. Gavin Williams pitching for the Guardians, who've dropped 4 in a row. Matthew Boyd to be the Cubs starting pitcher. Cincinnati Reds played the second of their series in Boston tonight. Brady Singer on the mound as the Reds try and come back after they got handled easily last night. Richard Fitz pitching for Boston. You can catch that game tonight here on the Fan. Columbus Clippers begin a series tonight in Toledo. Former Blue Jacket Vladislav Gavrikov has signed a 5-year, $49 million contract with the New York Rangers. Gavrikov has been with L.A. the last 2+ seasons. Milwaukee Bucks placing Damian Lillard on waivers and making adjustments on his salary in order to sign Miles Turner away from Indiana. This update brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Don't put off losing weight this summer. Reach your goal during the easiest season for weight loss. Awaken 180, the official weight loss program of summer. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
A show you can feel deep down in your plums.
No! That is a bad place to touch. No. No, 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 no.
This is Common Man and Timmy.
No man today. Dave Biddle is hanging out with us. And Common Man and Timmy is sponsored by Hinderer Motor Company. Absolutely. So, Bids, we were talking about the battery-powered mowers last segment. I don't know if that's going to be enough power. Like Tim the Toolman Taylor always said, more power. Like that's what I need to get my yard done and to feel safe. And I mentioned I have this magic lawnmower. I've mentioned this on the show before. I have not done anything to this Toro self-propelled mower since, I didn't even buy it new. It was given to me by my father-in-law. He already used this mower for 4 or 5 years, and then they moved into a community that does all the yard work. So he had no use for a push mower anymore. Didn't want to store it in his garage. Didn't need it. So he gives it to me. I've never changed the oil. I've never sharpened the blade. All I do is put the gas in it. I don't even think it needs gas.
You never even put like a little bit of extra oil in it?
Nothing.
It still has the original oil.
It's been 7 years.
Oh, I thought you were going to say since you've been in Columbus. 7 years. That's still. You should probably put. Have you checked it at all? Have you checked the dipstick at all?
Maybe.
Maybe put a little bit of oil in. I don't know. Maybe
What's
not
the
now.
what's the difference?
At now, you might as well see how long you can go.
This is like Seinfeld, where the meter is going to go. It's just going to start spinning in circles.
It's like Kramer.
It doesn't really even. I don't even know why I put gas in it. It probably doesn't need it.
It's the magic mower. You're right. At this point, you got to just ride it out.
I saw this I saw somebody tweet this morning about mowing the lawn in your neighborhoods. I'm wondering where you guys are at with this. I need your help as to what's right, what this is. 7:45. Somebody was up and mowing the lawn, and this person wanted to know, like, hey, is this too early? I had an instant reaction to that, and the answer was yes. Yes, it's too early. That's a small jail sentence for me. I think, look, weekdays, weekends are different. I understand that. It's not that most people aren't up and going. If you work somewhat of a normal day, yes, you're likely awake at that point, but that just doesn't mean we start using our gas-powered lawn equipment just because we're awake. There's coffee time. There's watching a little morning show. There's, as my pop-pop would always say, pull myself together. I have to pull myself together before I get up and get going. Some people even need that morning commute to get mentally prepared, focused to go and attack their day. So too early for me. I think that's ridiculously too early. I think if it was before 7, that would be like a 25-year prison sentence. But I'm thinking 8:30, 9. In that 8:30 to 9 window for when you can start mowing. And then we can talk about when the cutoff point is at night. I may have been in the red a couple times in the past. I'd heard about it, so I learned.
I pushed that big time in the summertime.
When it's dark, you got to stop.
I've been mowing the lawn. But see, that's the thing. It'll be like 9:30 in like June and July in Ohio.
It's still a little bit light out.
Yeah, you could say like, that's not.
That's not late, though. I'd say 9 or dark.
That's why I can't really. This is why, like,
Whatever's
I'm okay.
first.
I won't go out there and yell at the neighbors as long as it's at like 8 a.m. or after, because I know I push it late. I'm with you on anything before 8 a.m.
Oh,
I won't go as far as 8:30 or not. But yeah, 7:30, 7:45. I think that's a little too early. But yeah, man, I'm guilty. I'm never like one to like be mowing at like 10 p.m. But like, yeah, I've pushed it.
Craig in the YouTube. Craig is in the YouTube chat right now. Says if rain is coming later in the day, like today, 7:45 is okay. Go to hell. So,
and you're within
special exceptions because of the weather.
I'm okay
Maybe
with that.
I can see that.
And 7:45 is not like 6:45, right? I think Craig would probably agree.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna bend it by that much, but like, let's say Craig's like cutoff is typically 8 a.m. Like mine is like.
Matt tells me 7. No,
7 a.m. on a weekday.
Matt is saying 7 a.m. on weekdays
9
under no special
on
circumstances.
A weekend.
No.
9 a.m. on a weekend.
Relax
I agree
in the
with.
morning. Just, you got to relax.
I'm going 8 a.m. on a weekday, and and these are just like, hopefully you don't push it, but like if you have to push it, 8 a.m., this is when you fire your motor up, or you start your electric mower. 8 a.m. on a weekday for me, 9 a.m. on a weekend. Look, and Tim, you're like 9 a.m., 10 a.m., I think?
No, I said like somewhere between 8:30 and 9.
Yeah, and then what about weekends? Where are you at on weekends?
I honestly think it should be about the same. It's still morning. I'm just trying to think of my neighbors and trying to allow them some peace and quiet. There's always going to be so much noise going on around us with the way I live right near a main road, so that's something that we just have to deal with.
You live in the mean streets of Hilliard right now.
Mean streets.
I do too.
Yeah.
It's
rough out there, man.
It is. You have to have some street smarts living out there.
Teddy made it seem like we're living in gated communities. And we're
definitely
Tim May land out there. Tim's going to be bombarded by all the development now. So he thought he bought his land far enough out west, but they're coming, man.
Oh, and then they
Those
put that roundabout
they're
in.
coming.
Oh, I feel bad for Tim. He did. He is at a nice place. Then they put that roundabout in. There's a whole new development in there, and like that roundabout they put in, which used to just be like a country road, is like right outside his house. But he still has
country road.
Speaking of Hilliard, Ohio, Tim May, I almost called him Tim Hall. Tim May still has a very, very good place.
He does,
as he should, as a legend.
It's nice. It's very nice. So I want to hit off on this. I mentioned I was looking at this mock draft earlier today, and just reading who came off the sheet for Ohio State and actually who wasn't there, I have to keep pinching myself to remind myself that this guy's here for 2 more seasons. And I'll just give you the top 5 picks here. Number 1 to the Browns is Cade Klubnik out of Clemson. 2 to the Giants is the tackle out of Miami for the Hurricanes. Another Clemson guy, TJ Parker, their defensive end, is going 3rd to the Titans. Jets are picking Anthony Hill Jr. for Texas. And by the way, it started with the Browns picking number 1 overall again and taking a quarterback. Yeah. Number 5, it's the Saints, and they're taking Caleb Downs. And Caleb Downs is going to be the only Ohio State Buckeye that you see in this first-round mock.
Which is pretty
one
rare.
And only.
Yeah, I mean, I know. I posted that to Bucknowns as well. And Matt Miller for ESPN Plus does a good job.
He does.
Most people so far were very, very early. Most people doing and someone will even call them the way too early mocks. The vast majority I've seen, Timmy, have Carnell Tate going in the first round, and of course Caleb Downs. This is the first one I've seen personally that just has Caleb going, it wouldn't shock me if Carnell Tate's a second-round pick. He's not going to be anything worse than that. I would bet right now, if we had to bet one way or the other, if we had to bet $5, you know, I would bet Carnell Tate's going to be a first-round pick. But, like, the fact that
There's
Caleb Downs
there's going to be so much competition, though, with that wide receiver room because
of Jeremiah Smith.
It's Jeremiah Smith.
And you have Brandon Ennis and Mylan Graham. Yes, you go on and on. Quincy, I know, Bryson Rogers. And here's the thing, though, like, just Caleb Downs, like, what a feather in his cap that, like, he's sitting there being projected as a top 5 pick. Like, safeties, even big safeties, you know, it's tough for them to be projected that high. He's not really a big safety. Not that he's small. He's 6'2", 205. It's not like he's Sean Taylor, you know, and for him to be projected as a top 5 pick makes a lot of sense. We saw him just blow up plays, that second and goal. Even though he didn't get credit for the tackle against Texas, he came in there and blew it up. And then, of course, the other part of the best safety tandem in college football last year, Lathan Ransom, finished it off. But, yeah, you're right, man. It's almost like surreal to know you have Jeremiah Smith for 2 more years, and you have Caleb Downs for another year.
Well, I kind of have Jeremiah Smith and Caleb Downs in the same category because it's not that there aren't other great players and big-time players on this Ohio State roster. It's just that Downs and Smith are they're so good. They're a different breed. They're a different type, a rare kind of player that you see, even at a place like Ohio State. And when you realize that Jeremiah Smith actually has 1 more year of eligibility than even Caleb Downs does, you get excited about that. It feels like he's put in at least 2 or 3 years of work already, and that was just a true freshman season. And we get to see it this year and in 2026, hoping that all the NIL money comes through and keeps him here in Columbus, which I know that it will.
I've done many times I've done some like radio hits like for national or even regional shows, and they'll ask me, is there any chance you think, we know he's going to play this year, is there any chance Jeremiah Smith will sit out the 2026 football seasons?
No.
Much like Jamar Chase did. Now, Jamar Chase, though, that was during COVID. That's different. Second of all, did you see the thing where Jeremiah Smith and Brandon Marshall were on a podcast together and they pulled their bank account out? They didn't show the camera, and Brandon Marshall and Jeremiah Smith are showing each other how much they had in their bank account, and Brandon Marshall goes, guys, Jeremiah has more money than I do. Now that was one bank account. My point is, I know what Jeremiah's, but he's not going to sit out the 2020. If you're a Buckeye fan, it's like, is he really? So like, I always answer it respectfully, Timmy, but there's no way Jeremiah Smith's going to sit out the 2026 season.
They might be trying to rip Jen Winter's heart out. I'll tell you why next. Biddle is in. It's Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We still have some slowdown due to an accident that's on Frank Road at Hardy Parkway, so be aware of that. And we've got a 5-minute delay on eastbound 70 on the east side between James Road and 270. This report is sponsored by Take 5 Oil Change. Get oil changes that are pit stop fast. Take 5 Oil Change gets you in and out in 10 minutes and is teaming up with the movie F1 starring Brad Pitt. Drive in today and catch all the speed in action, now playing only in theaters. Rated PG-13. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Men, the summer is here. Longer days, warmer nights, and romance in the air. Intimate dinners, walks on the beach, dancing in the moonlight. But if you have erectile dysfunction, you know it can ruin romance, both for you and the one you love. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health. And if you have ED, don't let another summer go by without getting treated. Because intimacy is one of the greatest things in life. And fear of not being able to perform should not be something you have to deal with. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're ED experts. We've successfully treated tens of thousands of men. Our protocols work when others don't, and we have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. You could even last up to an hour or more and perform like you haven't in years. So call us. Your initial appointment is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
Road trip! This summer at Tire Discounters, your tires are your passport to savings because you're driving to Paris,
Texas,
then it's off to Rome,
Georgia,
and you'll be kissing the Blarney Stone in Dublin,
Ohio.
Right now, save up to $494 when you buy 4 tires, and that includes a free alignment and oil change. Stop at Tire Discounters before you see the world.
It's been a great run. Care Heating and Cooling has achieved goals I could only imagine 30 years ago. But now it's time for the next generation to take over. This is Mike Weens, now the retired founder of Care Heating and Cooling with my sons, Dennis and Ryan.
Dad, I remember you saying that a family business should reflect family values, that a customer deserves to be treated with kindness and compassion.
And those values will never change. The reputation you built for being fair and honest is our greatest asset.
In fact, in 2024, Care was awarded a BBB Torch Award for ethics and named the Lennox Partner of the Year.
You don't earn those awards by leaving cat toys behind. It's an honor to continue serving Central Ohio as a locally owned, family-run business.
So, whether you need a tune-up, repair, or just honest advice, Care is here for you.
Call Care Heating and Cooling at 1-800-COOLING or schedule an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com. When you need a company you can trust.
The Buy 5, Save 5 deals at Meijer are a great way to stock up on all your 4th of July celebration supplies. Buy 5 or more and save $5 or more when you mix or match hundreds of items, like 24 packs of select Coca-Cola and Pepsi products, plus deposit where applicable. Oscar Mayer Classic Beef Franks, Kraft Shredded or Chunk Cheese, Dole Chopped or Premium Salad Kits, and Dixie Family Pack plates, bowls, or hot cups. The Buy 5, Save 5 deals at Meijer. That's the good life. A good deal better. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meijer app.
Hello, big voice guy here. I've been hired to tell you all about the Fans YouTube channel. Did you know you can immerse yourself in Buckeye goodness like Austin and Berm's daily podcast, The Beat? Yes, sirree, Bob. Subscribe today.
Have you experienced foot or ankle pain during or after sports, running, or exercising at the gym? Nagging aches in your foot or ankle that won't go away? Podiatric physicians can provide you with important foot care solutions, shoe inserts, or show you how to support your feet and ankles so you're able to compete or exercise comfortably. Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association podiatric physicians are located throughout the state and have been serving the profession and the public for over 100 years. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
And now, Public Education Matters with Ohio Education Association President Scott Damaro.
As we celebrate Independence Day this week, we need to celebrate and protect our students' freedom to learn. Public education is the foundation of a strong democracy. When we remember our American history, both the good and the bad, our students grow as critical thinkers who can write themselves into the history books of tomorrow.
Public Education Matters, brought to you by the Ohio Education Association. Make your first lawn move with a reliable performance and power of Steel battery tools, hedge trimmers, mowers, string trimmers, and more. Shop in-store or online at steeldealers.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A bit of sunshine, warm and humid and breezy on this Tuesday with a slight chance of a shower or storm to finish off the day. Temperatures around 80 degrees. Overnight down to the mid-60s, partly cloudy skies by the morning, and a perfect finish to the day Wednesday. Plenty of sunshine, light winds, and highs in the low to mid-80s. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
The ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus is the official sportsbook of Common Man and Timmy. Weekdays at 3. The Fan.
Panama Ted is being forced to produce this show against his will. You're listening to Common Man and Timmy.
If you missed any of today's show in the first hour, Angela Pace, 10 TV legend, she surprised us. She stopped in the studio. She wanted to give me some more hell for the good, clean fireman remark. She also is a good friend of Lieutenant Nick Davis. So if you missed that, you can download and listen to our daily podcast wherever you get your pods. The podcast is brought to you by our good friends at Care Heating and Cooling. You can also get in touch with us anyway here. We've got the YouTube chat going. We appreciate you guys in there. And we're on Twitter and X at ManandTimmy971 and the burner phone 614-787-3093. So I mentioned Jen Winters and her love of the Pittsburgh Steelers. She is already in such a bad place with her football team because they brought in Aaron Rodgers. I think I saw a recent image that she posted where she saw some Rodgers jerseys hanging on a wall in some shop, and she just flipped at the bird. Just gave it the bird. That's where she is with Aaron Rodgers. And you know what? I can understand it. He's become more annoying than I could have ever possibly envisioned. If I went 10 years back, I never could have thought we'd be in a place
At least me, being a place like this with Aaron Rodgers, I know more people feel the same way. He's become insufferable in a way.
Now, is Jen, is her position she's going to hate Aaron Rodgers no matter what, even though he plays for her team because she doesn't like him and she doesn't think it's going to work
this
out?
year, throws 30 touchdowns.
What if he plays really well and the Steelers are really good? Is she open to changing her tune, or is she just completely out?
I don't think Jen could change her tune just because of that.
She seems pretty strong-willed, which is good.
She'd enjoy the Steelers' success, but there'd be a part of hatred that is still there that wouldn't let her.
I wish it was anybody but this guy.
Enjoy it.
I'll enjoy it for the other guys, but maybe he's the necessary evil type of thing.
I wonder if there's a lot of you Browns fans out there that would have thought that way about Deshaun, and if he was wildly successful based on what he did in the past. I think there's a.
I don't think there's really a comparison. I don't think there's a comparison to the two, but I see what you're saying, though.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, they went out and got. Yes, you're right. There's not.
I know what you mean, though. Yeah.
With what those guys both did, Aaron Rodgers is just tough to stomach sometimes. He says a lot of things and he contradicts himself. How about the one recently where he said, "Oh, I'm just going to be done. You're not going to see me when football's done. I'm out. You're not going to see me. I'm not really for the limelight." Meanwhile, he's very opinionated. He's going on shows. He goes and does his McAfee hit. And he'll say a lot of things that get rebroadcast and recirculated, but hey, that's what he does. But beyond that, this would lose Jen Winters completely if this happened. Teams are now starting to mull possible trade offers for TJ Watt. We know that the Cincinnati Bengals, your team, right? Jack's team.
Your son's team, yes.
Diehard fans you're talking about with these two. You've got the deal with Trey Hendrickson, and that's been playing out all summer. You didn't know what the contract situation was going to turn out for T. Higgins. They were able to get that done. That was nice. You've also got the deal going on with their rookie. So you know what it's like to be at an impasse with a star player. Now, TJ Watt is on a different plane, though. TJ Watt is literally one of those guys you cannot do without if you are the Pittsburgh Steelers, which is why it's almost more, I liken this more to what the Commanders are going through with Terry McLaurin. There's no way the Commanders and Terry McLaurin aren't going to see eye to eye at some point because he's got leverage. And what are you going to do? The first time you get a real quarterback throwing him the football and he shows you what kind of numbers he can put up when that happens, you're not going to get him to a number that's going to make him happy? Well, the Steelers have not shown any willingness to deal TJ Watt, but he is unhappy. And given the status, sources believe that outside team interest is going to keep increasing given the recent trade. You just saw cornerback Jalen Ramsey and tight end Jonnu Smith from the Dolphins arrive in Pittsburgh in exchange for Minkah Fitzpatrick. That was a huge move, right? That was a big-time trade. And Ramsey's getting a $1.5 million raise this season. He's going to be making almost $27 million, according to Adam Schefter. So, TJ Watt last signed a 4-year, $112 million deal in 21. That already had him averaging $28 million a year. But what did Myles Garrett just get? This is one where you think about comps. Watt is a little bit older. He turns 31 in October. We've been talking about the Trey Hendrickson age and how that factors in. But also TJ Watt has been on a different plane as a defensive end from the very beginning. It's almost like you feel some sort of onus here, but is it going to be that $40 million that Myles Garrett just got? That's going to be tough.
I'll be shocked if this doesn't get worked out, meaning the Steelers will sign him. I think
whatever the number is.
I'll be shocked if the Steelers don't sign him. Yes, they'd have to get their socks knocked off and then some to trade Watt. This will get done. I think he wants to stay there. They want to keep him, and this is just all negotiations right now. I will be beyond surprised if this doesn't get done. And you look at, it'd be one thing, Timmy, if they were giving the vibe that, okay, we're retooling, we're rebuilding, we're going to go with Mason Rudolph and Will Howard as our quarterbacks this year. We're not going to make trades. We're not going to do this and that. And we're going to build for the future. That's not what they're doing. They bring in Aaron Rodgers or trading for Jalen Ramsey. Not that they're going all in by any means. I just don't think that they're going to try to take a step back and lose their best defensive player.
So some more news with AFC North squads. We come back here to the state of Ohio. Governor DeWine has signed a 2-year, $60 billion budget that does set aside $600 million in those unclaimed funds we talked about here recently, where they were going to look to get that money for the Browns' new stadium in Brook Park. It is pretty much a go at this point. The Haslam Sports Group, they requested that the state help build their $2.4 billion dome stadium in Brook Park. And DeWine had proposed doubling taxes on sports betting to help the Browns, as well as the Cincinnati Bengals and other teams that might seek facility upgrades. But the legislature used some of the $4.8 billion in unclaimed funds the state is holding on to in small sums. So that's going to be a little bit of where that pile of money comes from. Now, people have issues with that. People have thoughts about that. That's the way it goes. I think a lot of people have issues with using public funds to build stadiums, but that's the way we've always done it here in America.
Yeah, and it's going to go, as you mentioned, it's going to go to the Browns, and like an undisclosed amount. It's going to go to the Bengals. I don't know if it'll be $600 million since they were like renovating Paycor Stadium, formerly Paul Brown Stadium, but a large chunk is going to go to the Bengals. Hamilton County is going to be paying a lot of that. The Bengals themselves are going to be paying some of that. It's interesting. Like the Bengals are paying like, I think $120 million, and then like Hamilton County is paying like 3 times that, and then the state's going to be chipping in. You're right. I understand why people have a problem with it. But if you're Cincinnati and you have an NFL team, I mean, that's huge. And I know there's been people who have done studies that are like, well, does it really bring like the economic impact that you think? I get that because there's only so many games per year. But man, if you have an NFL team in your city, to me, that's.
How do you even question that?
Thank you.
How do you? Is that even a question? I mean,
people do question
it. It's a monumental economic impact.
Exactly.
I don't even think it matters. Like, obviously, an NFL team is going to be paramount. It's going to be at the top. But you're talking about any kind of professional sports team. You want that. You want that. I think that's why we get the way we get when we see a town like Cleveland get a WNBA franchise. We can't get one here in Columbus. We've got more room. You know, we've got the Blue Jackets. We got the Crew for our professional sports teams.
The NBA,
we got some other pro sports, but you know those are the biggest. And we could use something like a WNBA franchise.
The NBA likes having, with some exceptions, as you know, but like for the most part, they like having their WNBA teams in the same city as their NBA teams. You know, with very few exceptions.
It doesn't have to be some sacred rule. Though.
No, I hear you. I'm just saying. I think that played a big role in that because you would think like if you all things being equal, you think Columbus would get the WNBA team.
I would also think you want to go like where it makes most sense and where you can make the most money and where the fan base is really going to be attracted to that team. So something like that really would have been cool. I know they're getting the Final Four again here. We seem to be on the track to get NCAA tournament every 4 years, but it seems to be regulatory. It seems to stay about the same as far as the events that we keep getting back here in Columbus. And when you're down in the Arena District, it seems like such an awesome place, and it's well equipped with convention center space, Nationwide Arena, which they're planning on making upgrades to as well. It doesn't even feel like it needs it to me.
Right, I know. It feels
like an outstanding arena.
It just opened, right? It opened in 2000. Oh, yeah, because they did such a great job with it. Real quick, it is cool knowing, I mean, like the Brown Stadium, it being a dome stadium, Timmy, we're 100% going to have a Super Bowl in the state of Ohio. Think about it.
Think about
when the Silver Dome opened back in...
You build a new stadium, you get a Super Bowl if it's domed. Yeah.
Thank you. Like the Silver Dome where the Bengals played their first Super Bowl. And that was this is like a half hour away from Detroit, but the Pontiac Silver Dome, they hosted a Super Bowl. Ford Field in Detroit hosted a Super Bowl. Indianapolis hosted a Super Bowl.
Minnesota had one already.
Minnesota. Yeah. Even New York's not a dome. They had an outdoor Super Bowl. Thank goodness it went okay, but that was
like 45 degrees, wasn't it?
Gutsy move to have a Super Bowl outdoors in New York in February. My point is, for sure, we're going to have a Super Bowl in the state of Ohio eventually, so that's going to be pretty cool.
It is a Rapid Fire Tuesday. Panama Ted, he's going to tee everything up in 2 minutes. Biddle is in. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got an accident that's on southbound 71 on the north side from Hudson Street to 17th Avenue. It's causing some stop-and-go traffic from North Broadway. And we also have a couple-minute delay on southbound 315 between 670 and Town Street. This report is sponsored by RRFoundationSpecialist.com. A strong home is built on a strong foundation. Family-owned R&R Foundation Specialist specializes in sinking foundations, concrete slabs, leaning walls and chimneys, waterproofing, drainage, and more. Get a free estimate at RRFoundationSpecialist.com. foundationspecialist.com. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by RCD RV Supercenter. Declare your independence on the open road with RCD RV, July 5th through 19th. Shop 650 plus RVs now at rcdrv.com.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, and it's no surprise. Same game parlay from Bet365 just keeps getting better.
Well, it's even easier to make a bet. Choose from the most popular markets like hits, run line, totals, and home runs. So many to choose from.
Download the app, start building your bet, and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply.
Are you ready for the ultimate entertainment experience? It's all here, only with Spectrum TV Select. Popular apps are included: Disney Plus, Max, Peacock Premium, Paramount Plus, AMC Plus, and more. And live TV for sports, entertainment, and news. Enjoy across your devices no matter when or where you are. Get Spectrum TV Select and start streaming your favorites today. It's all here. Visit spectrum.com/entertainment. Restrictions apply.
Common Man and Timmy is sponsored by Hinderer Motorsports. Listen every weekday from 3 to 6. They're good, clean boys. The Fan.
This show cuts harder than a Cape Cod chip inside Timmy's mouth. This is Common Man and Timmy.
Dave Biddle is in for man today. We are about to hit rapid fire. Teddy, what is my rapid fire bed? Is it our good friends at the Waterworks? Because I have it here. I just need to know which one to play.
Yeah, that's it.
So I can manage it. Okay, good. There we go. And it's time for rapid fire.
Rapid fire.
Sponsored by the Waterworks. Plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling. From sump pumps and water heaters to full heating and cooling repair and replacement. The Waterworks tackles it all. Call 614-232-2222.
Teddy, yes. Let's go.
All right. Now, Timmy, you're putting together the 8 Buckeye replays for this summer. You guys mentioned it earlier in the program. Starts this Saturday at 1 o'clock, right? I believe. And I listed them here on the sheet, all 8 of them. So I want you guys to take a look at them and let me know which one which one of these are you most interested in checking out again.
Want the sheet there, Dave?
He's got it.
You got it. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Teddy's a professional.
Starting with the 02 national championship game.
Yeah. Which my favorite of all of these?
Maybe like top one or second, top two maybe.
I'd have to go the one that you guys are leading off with. I'd have to go the 02 national championship game. Technically, January 3rd, 2003, Ohio State over Miami to win the national championship. That'd be my favorite. And I tell you what, Ohio State, Alabama, not too far behind. And you really couldn't go wrong with any of these games. This is so cool just to look at this.
And that's the point, right?
Yeah,
that's
that is the point. But yeah, to answer your question, Teddy, I would go with the first one on the list, Ohio State over the Hurricanes.
I've heard this. I mean, I've edited all of these, right? Well, not all of them yet. By the time I'm done with this season, the ones that we end with are so fresh in our mind: Tennessee, Oregon, Texas, and Notre Dame, the walk to this most recent title. I don't think I've heard enough about our 59-0 beatdown to Wisconsin. I don't think I've quite heard enough about that game. I mean, obviously, it's a popular game. It's a popular score. But for that being Cardale Jones' first start in that run, and we didn't really know. There was so much unknown, and then to go and win that game like that, it was astonishing.
Wisconsin was favored.
They were favored in that game.
Yes, Wisconsin was the favorite.
The players that was the roster that Wisconsin had there. I mean, what did they hold their running back to?
I don't
30
know.
yards?
Melvin Gordon, yeah.
Had like
and they
30, 35 yards.
They had like a defensive touchdown. They forced a fumble near the goal line.
Gordon had over 2,000 that year.
That was against Gordon. Yeah, they just shut him down.
Yeah, so I'm going to say that Wisconsin game. And then close second will be the January 1st Rose Bowl playoff game against Oregon. And that first half, just electric, just nonstop in that first half. All right, Teddy. Next.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he just signed a maximum contract extension, 4 years, $285 million. Now, if you guys were blessed with this contract, what's the first couple of things you're going to do with the money?
Ooh, bids? We just talked about land west of Hilliard earlier. Do we, need any more land out there?
I probably would invest in some real estate. That would be one of the things I would do for sure. That'd probably be something like that. Like I would definitely get some type of second home, like a vacation home, and I would definitely buy some land somewhere.
I think for me, I go back and forth. Common Man had the fantasy to buy a gigantic garage, a beautiful garage, and to have just an extensive collection of cars. You're talking about, I don't know, 25,000 square feet, big garage where you got room to drive around.
We're going like Jay Leno
tight
type,
quarters,
like Seinfeld.
Like picture Tom Cruise's hangar in Top Gun 2. Where he's hanging out there at the beginning of the movie. He's got his World War II era plane just parked right there in the middle, and then he's got like his little cove off there in the corner where his crushed brown leather couch and chair sit. And then he's got his leather jacket hanging up in the locker area. Having a place like that where all your cars are stored, that would be phenomenal. I think I would also need a basketball gym too. A private basketball gym. Place where I can just shoot hoops, do some three-point contests.
Full court, right?
Full court.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
What about private jet?
We're not doing a half court.
What about private jet or private helicopter?
I think I might just go the NetJets route, to be honest with you.
Yeah, just kind of piecemeal
if money were no object, I think I'd just go and get rent the private jet whenever I felt like taking a trip. Probably do it that way, not have to worry about the maintenance and upkeep of having the PJ, because, $285 million, we're not getting that all at once. You forget how expensive those jets actually are to have those. So there we go. Teddy?
Okay, do you guys watch any movies or television shows with the subtitles on?
No. Do you?
Yeah, I do all the time.
Why?
I like it. I like it because sometimes the characters may say something and you don't know exactly what they said. It's maybe some kind of a technical thing, and so you can kind of see it on the screen, and then I can just comprehend it a little better, and I follow along with the story better.
I hear what you're saying.
I don't do it for sports.
I personally don't, but
for regular shows.
So sometimes I've had it on accidentally, like if I'm watching like a documentary or a longer video on YouTube, for example, and I don't even mean to have it on, but I'm like, this is actually kind of nice because, like you're saying, like I hear it and I see it, so I double comprehend it. So I know what you're saying, Teddy, but I personally do not do that. I don't have it. Yeah,
it's got to be a situation where I can't listen at a normal volume because I'd be disrupting somebody. You're saying like in peace times, you got the basement all to yourself.
Peace times.
Volume is of no object.
There's no war going on.
I can put this up to like volume 35 or 40 or something and be fine. No, I mean, but what does annoy me though, I've had this issue with a couple of streaming services. I can't remember if this is an Amazon Prime issue, but there's been movies where there's a lot of there's Russian gangs that are, doing a lot of dialogue. I forget which one I was watching, Teddy. I know it was like a kick-ass kind of guy flick that you would have seen too, and probably had it rated a 9 or a 10 out of 10.
John Wick or
it wasn't John Wick or Equalizer, but it was something in that category. And there was all this Eastern European conversation going on, and they were not doing the subtitles. I wish I spoke the language.
We're not supposed to know.
Those, I think, and you know what it was? It was one of the Mission Impossible movies. I was starting to watch some of those, and I think it was the episode where it was the movie where the Kremlin
blows up
mission happened. And
what's
the
rationale there to have Russian but not have any subtitles? Are we just not supposed to know?
No, we're supposed to know.
We're supposed to know.
There was a malfunction with how I was watching it, and I was not able to fix it, or else it would have just given me. It would have given me all the English subtitles, but it still wasn't going to tell me what the Russian speaking was. So, yeah, sometimes you're not supposed to know part of the plot, but I've seen those films before and I knew that it was there, but it wasn't this time, so that was very annoying. What's next?
All right. What is your favorite summertime song?
Summertime song.
Jeez, that's a good one.
I don't know. I don't know if this is a summertime song, but I was joking around with Jen earlier, and I was. I'll go with Louis. I'll go with "What a Wonderful World" just because it's fun.
I see skies of blue.
Nice. Yeah.
Red roses too.
That's pretty good.
I see them bloom. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Yeah, I don't know if that's dedicated for summer, but it's a nice song. It's a lovely song.
I want to say Sublime's "Doing Time," "Summertime," and "The Living's Easy," but that's not.
That's good. That's good.
But you know what? I love that song. But you know what I'll go with? This is way cheesier. I'll go with Will Smith.
Yeah, DJ Jazzy Jeff and
"Summertime."
Will
I
Smith.
still love "Summertime." Yeah,
Love it.
Yeah, with Fresh Prince and DJ Jazzy Jeff. Yep.
Excuse me, Millennium. Last one, Teddy.
All right, Friday's Independence Day. Do you guys have a favorite patriot from the Revolutionary era?
Favorite patriot?
Yeah.
Mel Gibson.
That's what I was looking for.
Mel. Before, do you know he ad-libbed that line? "Before this war is over, I will kill you."
Nice.
That was not in the script. I don't know who that actor was that played that heinous redcoat. He's very good. Very good. Very believable. I don't know why I started to sound like Trump right there. Very good. Very believable.
Even did
bad
this.
redcoat. Yeah, he did the hands there, but yeah, I think he portrayed a guy named Benjamin Martin in real life. That's what the Mel Gibson character portrayed.
Is it boring that I'm going to go with George Washington?
Oh, G-Dub.
You know, I want to go with like Hamilton just because I do like, even though it's like became like extremely popular. I do like the musical Hamilton and like the music, and like my wife and daughters love it. So it's like been a huge part of our house for like the last however many years. Like we don't listen to it as much anymore. I'll go with George Washington, but I'm going to go with Hamilton with the close second.
George Washington.
Where did you go to school? It was called George Washington. Oh, GW. My brother-in-law got his doctorate there. Did you pledge? Yes. Every morning.
All right, good stuff, Teddy. Love that rapid fire edition right there. What are we doing next?
So who's yours?
What are you talking about?
Who's yours?
He said Mel Gibson.
I just did the whole thing about Mel.
I thought you were joking. I thought you had to. I thought you actually had to give like a founding father.
I said Benjamin Martin.
I'll show myself
Revolutionary
out.
War.
Heath Ledger.
You're going to do the rest of the show by yourself. Sorry.
Heath Ledger second, who is not American even. But you know what? He played
Mel
rest
Gibson,
in peace.
not American either.
Mel Gibson, also not.
Crazy.
And crazy. I was just watching him in Daddy's Home 2 because that's the kind of movies
Will Ferrell,
teenagers
Mark
like
Wahlberg.
to watch. Yeah. You know it. You've seen it. I think it was the first movie where he gets in the half pipe and half pipes into the electrical lines, gets shocked, and just falls back down and rolls into it. Oh, stupid humor. It's empty calories. July gets a bad rap in our world as a sports month. We are going to remind you of what's great this month. Can't believe it's July already. That's coming up. Biddle is in. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're looking at a 5-minute delay on eastbound 70 on the east side from James Road to 270. We also have a 5-minute slowdown if you're on northbound 71 on the north side from East Broad Street to 11th Avenue. This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. At Valvoline Instant Oil Change, they're all about keeping you on the road to summer fun, to rides to the beach, even to faraway places. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Summer drives start here. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Hey friends, Beamer here. Ready for the 4th? I know I'm going to be enjoying steaks, ribs, maybe a cold soda pop or two, but guess what? It's the same tasty stuff I enjoyed while dropping 75 pounds with Awaken 180. That's the beauty of this program. It's doable, no medications, no starvation, just great food while I dropped an average of 4 to 5 pounds every week. Make this summer your best yet. Drop the weight while keeping the flavor. Celebrate freedom from dieting stress. You can visit awaken180weightloss.com.
2 years ago, Bobby Carpenter completed treatments for knee pain at QC Kinetics. So we're checking in with the former college and pro football player to see how he's doing.
I've been asked a lot, like, how long does this last? How long does it work? I go, I've had mine for a couple years, and everything feels very good. It feels just as good as it did when I started to turn the corner.
Bobby's an active husband, dad, and business owner. That's why 2 years ago, he heard about QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative treatments, and he knew he could trust them for his chronic knee pain.
And thankfully, with QC Kinetics, I was able to go through this, and my activities are the same as it was. I'm able to coach my kids in sports. I can play golf. I can go run.
QC Kinetics patients like Bobby don't miss a beat. No surgery or rehab, just freedom from debilitating joint pain. Ready for lasting relief from joint pain? Call QC Kinetics today for your complimentary consultation and see if you're a good candidate.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
At Valvoline Instant Oil Change, we're here to help keep you on the road so you can soak up all the summer fun. The road tunes.
Take me out to the ball game.
Hotel pools. Emergency ice cream stops. The sunscreen and bug spray everywhere.
It's in my eyes.
At Valvoline Instant Oil Change, we're here for it all. So stop in for a quick oil change before you go. Only takes about 15 minutes. No appointment needed.
Let's be honest, we could all use a little vacation from the ordinary. But with Tim Hortons' new refreshers, you don't need to pack your bags. Just sip, relax, and enjoy your refreshing 16-ounce vacation. With tropical mango packed with real pineapple and mango pieces. And strawberry watermelon kiwi featuring real pieces of strawberry and kiwi. Also, try it with lemonade or coconut milk. A choose-your-own taste bud adventure. Head to Tim's for the new refreshers. Your 16-ounce vacation awaits. Only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants.
Discover uncompromising quality at a reliable price with Giant Eagle and Market District. Look for signs throughout the store highlighting lower prices. Surround yourself with savings at Giant Eagle. Experience value like never before. Visit Giant Eagle today to see how easy it is to save.
For over 78 years, our family's been part of your love stories. At Diamond Seller, we offer bigger diamonds, better prices, and timeless designs for every chapter of your life. From your first yes to your forever I do, trust the jeweler who knows diamonds best. Visit Diamond Seller today.
This promo is for anyone who likes baseball, or America, or Terry Francona's scooter. The Reds are on the Fan. Catch all 162 games here on the Fan and 1460 ESPN Columbus and the Fan's HD2. Your home for Reds baseball, the Fan.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Sometimes I hear a sparkling sound.
Like when we say, all you have to do is point?
There it is.
That's the sound of magic happening.
Magic like we can come the day you call us? Wow.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Life's better with American Family Insurance. Because we know in making the most of your home, DIY doesn't just stand for do it yourself. It also means dream it yourself. And we're here to help protect the dreams you're building. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Columbus, Worthington, Air, and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
This show has over 50 years of combined radio experience. They also have a combined mental age of 11. You're listening to Common Man and Timmy.
No man today. Dave Biddle is filling in. Thanks a lot for doing it, my man. It's been fun so far.
My pleasure. My pleasure. And we still have more than an hour to go. This is flying by, man.
When you're having fun, it's another old thing to say. Oh, time flies. We're having fun here, aren't we, buddy?
Small world, just stuff like anything like that. I know that doesn't apply here, but like, you know what I mean?
Can you believe it's July already? I mean, here we are, 4th of July, right around the corner. Football will be here before you know it. God's honest truth, though, when you live this life, when you work in sports, and we're mainly centered around football, my mind operates that way. So I'm always thinking about those mile markers throughout the year. And once we get to football, it does go so fast. It is basically a time warp where you don't even think about the weekdays, because once one football game is done, You do the Sunday show for us, so you're breaking it down the very next day. And then we sit back here, we wait for the Monday shows. That's all taken care of because
what week is it?
Yeah,
it's Minnesota week.
It's mainly,
it's Texas week.
Your Mondays are set. Your Mondays are set. I mean, think about that Monday after the Texas game, right? Those shows are already done.
What are you going to talk about?
They're already done. You're talking about that. I mean, I know we'll work in on this show some nonsense as well, even on the Monday after Texas. We won't need the entire 3 hours to do it, but it'll be a really thick, juicy chunk of talking about that Texas game. And then it just seems, you're at Thursday before you know it. You're talking about the game that's coming up, and the weeks just fly by, and then it's Christmas. That's it. And then the college football playoffs are there. That takes you through, if you've got a team like we did last year that's in the hunt and winning games and making a march to the national championship. Then for me, I always look forward to college basketball season. And then that goes by, a couple blinks of an eye, and then the NCAA tournament is here. Basically, I have like 3 months out of the year that I actually do real living. And then we're
in the midst of that right now.
We're in the midst of it.
We're near the end of it. We're near the end of it. Yeah, once like July hits, I'm like, I get alarm bells. Like, well, your summer's almost over. As soon as Big Ten Media Days hits, I'm like, well, summer's over for me. But yeah, man, you're right. I mean, like, being as fortunate as we are to be able to be in Columbus, Ohio, and cover Ohio State football. But you're right, man. Like, every week is like, what team are they playing? That's what week it is. It could be like your anniversary week. Like, what week? It's Penn State week. It's not your anniversary week.
Absolutely.
It's Penn State week. And we don't even need to know. You can say what week 12 is. Well, the final game of the regular season. We know what week that is. It doesn't matter, though. I even said earlier, it's Minnesota week. It's seriously. Now, maybe that's just me because I have a sickness. No, but I know it's not just me, though. Like, that's how we do it here. You don't have to be an Ohio State alumnus. If you are, maybe it's like amplified. But that's why Buckeye Nation's so special. You don't have to be like necessarily an OSU graduate to love the Buckeyes.
I will say, I'm never the smartest guy in any unit. I'm never going to, boast that I'm that person. But when I knew that I wanted to do sports radio, I didn't even know what town I would ultimately wind up living in. You never know where life is going to take you, right? But I made sure when we got married that I stayed clear of basketball season, college basketball season, and football season. Which is why we did April 30, which is
nice
I know April and May are the biggest wedding months. Mostly, I think that's for the weather and just springtime. That's what people are thinking about. That's just classic wedding season. For me, there was actual like calendar thought behind it of what events do I need to miss? What events do I need to be in the clear for? And that's why that decision was made.
And you want people to come to your wedding, too.
I want people to come to my wedding. You don't want them
to be like, this is like Texas-Oklahoma day. I can't come.
Other friends that were, doing similar work that I was, that were, covering college football or covering college basketball. I wanted them to be able to show up and not have to dip out on that. So,
Be like, no, I have to go to the world's largest cocktail party. I can't make your wedding.
So let's break this down, because if you will look up any like internet rankings of the best sports months out of the year, for me, March is a big one. I think you look at October, that's a big one as well, because I love that kind of weather. College football is heating up. You've got all the sports just sort of collide. NHL season is on the way. NBA season is on the way. College basketball season, even in October, is already on the way. You get everything. It's really great. But July doesn't have nothing. I know you're a big tennis guy, so we can hit the country club sports. It's the fourth major for golf. I love the Open Championship. I got to see St. Andrews with my own eyes a few years ago. It was a very special experience. I'll always love watching the Open. I love the time difference about that. There's something about morning sports. Mike and I always talk about loving the morning games, Sunday morning NFL. Europe.
I love those too.
Yeah, the British games. We love it.
9:30 a.m.
I don't know why I keep calling it NFL Europe and the British games, but you know what I mean.
British games.
When they play a game at Wembley Stadium or anywhere else out there, I love that when it's on.
I love it too.
9:30.
Yes, and I'm like of the opinion like it doesn't always have to be in England or like Germany or like overseas, but like we should have a 9:30 game, like AM game, almost every Sunday.
We're heading that way.
Like why not? We can do it on Thursday.
I agree.
It's way less of an imposition for the player. You could do it domestically. You don't have to do it overseas. I love having that 9:30 game.
And Joe Burrow is a good boy. He wants to go out and play in one of those games.
Let's go.
He actually wants to go with the Bengals and play a game in Europe. and they won't give him one yet. But
Earth's team, the Cincinnati Bengals.
Right. We've got the All-Star game.
He's like, nope.
but maybe
you guys are America's team. Can we be the world's team?
Earth's team.
Earth's team.
They don't wear earth tones, though, with those jerseys. How about Major League Baseball's All-Star game? We got that in July.
Yeah, I like that. And you mentioned like Wimbledon. Like, I will say this. I love the U.S. Open. Love it. It's fantastic. I mean, there's just no doubt. Even someone like me who loves the U.S. Open tennis, Wimbledon is the pinnacle.
Absolutely.
It's the best of the best.
Yeah.
So that's
great. It's a heritage event.
Yes, I like I am not a huge golf fan, but I like golf. The British Open, the All-Star game, and one thing that's for me that's underrated because I like taking a love of college baseball. I've always liked college baseball, but like followed a lot closer than I used to, and it's kind of taken off a little bit. I like the MLB draft, and I like what they've done. How they do it that Sunday. They have the first round and second round. The Sunday when nobody's playing, and then they have the rest of it like Monday when nobody's playing. So listen, the MLB draft's never going to be like a confused for the NFL draft, not even the NBA draft or NHL draft. But I think it's another thing I like following in the month of July is the MLB draft every July.
Also, training camps start up, which means, again, football's right around the corner. Hall of Fame game.
Big Ten Media Days.
Big Ten Media Days. Yeah, in Vegas. And it gives us a lot of storylines.
Well, if you're a fan, you got to like watching that because they show everything on Big Ten Network. You can just sit there and watch every coach talk.
You can. Hall of Fame game, as I said. The NFL's Hall of Fame game is July 31st. So that's something, too, that kicks off the preseason and tells us the NFL season's right around the corner. So it's not nothing here in the month of July. It's not nothing at all. There's been a rule of thumb that has not failed in quite a while when it comes to Buckeye football, and I want to highlight that rule again. Biddle is in. It's Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
There's some stop-and-go traffic that's causing about a 25-minute delay if you're on northbound 71 on the north side between East Broad Street and Weber Road. And be aware of an accident that's on the right shoulder of eastbound 70 on the east side after James Road, causing some holdup there. This report is sponsored by the International Hot Rod Association. The International Hot Rod Association Outlaw Nitro Series is back. 5 events, 4 locations, 1 explosive season. Top fuel cars, funny cars, pro mods, and more. Nitro Storm hits Columbus July 9th through the 12th. Tickets at ihra.com. That's ihra.com. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Bobby Carpenter here with Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. Every successful franchise in sports has a long-term vision, and behind that long-term vision are the people executing the plan. In the words of the great Woody Hayes, you win with people. It's the same in business and in life. Surround yourself with good people and build strong relationships with those people, and the path to success becomes very clear. Here's Chuck Moore, CEO, and Travis Sanders, president of Riverside Bank of Dublin, on how they win with people.
A team's success can be directly tied to the quality of its players, coaches, and leadership. In sports and in business, talent alone doesn't win. It's why we focus on building strong relationships with our clients and why we strive to always offer the best advice, the best products, and the best customer service for our clients.
Thanks, Travis. We want them to focus on their business and their people and let us handle their banking needs.
Tune in every day for the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. Visit their office at 6300 France Road in Dublin or online at riverside.bank.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Newman Roofing, as part of their 2025 Commitment to Community initiative, is proud to sponsor the Fan and 10 TV's Beat the Heat Fan Drive, benefiting Life Care Alliance. You can help Ohio's most vulnerable residents deal with the extreme heat this summer. How can you help? Purchase new box fans and bring them to the nearest Franklin County Fire Station, or you can buy online and ship fans directly to Life Care Alliance. The collection and distribution of fans is to assist residents who are at risk of heat stroke or heat exhaustion. For more information, go to lifecarealliance.org.
Hi, this is Ron from the Good Feet store. Are you standing on painful feet all day? Don't lose hope. We want to help you live without pain. Discover your options and visit goodfeet.com. Or stop in today at the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway in Grove City.
Now open. Zumbizi Bay's brand new conservation tower. 3 slides, 1 tower, and endless thrills. Only at
Zumbizi Bay.
Plan your visit at zumbizibay.com.
Cool cars, cool people, good time. It's the biggest and best hot rodding event of the year. The Good Guys 27th Summit Racing Nationals presented by PPG. July 11th through the 13th at the Ohio Expo Center in Columbus. Over 6,000 classics from across the USA. Shop the swap meet at Huge Fender Midway. See which rides take home the crown of the 2025 Classic Instrument Street Rods and PPG Street Machine of the Year. year, July 11th through the 13th at the Ohio Expo Center. Details at good-guys.com.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use, now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Hey, Aaron, guess what we're getting ready to celebrate?
America's birthday?
That's right. How did you guess?
Well, you're dressed like Yankee Doodle, and you're wearing a tri-corner hat, and you've got a snare drum.
Get Eco. G-E-T-E-C-O. Get Eco. They can really go. Get Eco. For your Cinco. Fix and a Blinko. You'll think-o. Hooray. Get Eco. G-E-T-E-C-O. Get Eco. You'll be cool like snow. Get Eco. Like an ice Ringo. Puerto Rico. Get Eco today. Huh? What do you think?
Jerry, are you suggesting that Puerto Rico become the 51st state?
I could invent a brand new 51-star flag.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians.
Have a safe 4th of July, everyone.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Guys, listen up. How many of you out there have been diagnosed with sleep apnea? Maybe your partner can't tolerate your snoring every night. You can't stand your CPAP machine. I totally get it. But the good news is there are alternatives to the CPAP machine. And Dr. Mark Levy is here to change your sleep and your life. Trust me, your spouse will thank you later. Dr. Mark Levy can customize an oral appliance that opens your airways, helps you breathe better, and of course, stops your snoring. That's the main point. It's quick and comfortable and an alternative to those bulky, loud CPAP machines you always hear about. For over 15 years, Dr. Mark Levy has led the way when it comes to treating snoring and sleep apnea, and now he's expanding his practice to better serve his patients with a brand new location in Marysville. I love Marysville. If you're snoring and not sleeping, you need to call Dr. Mark Levy's office today. Do not delay. Schedule your appointment today with Dr. Mark Levy at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. That's 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. You can also visit him online at sleepbettercolumbus.com. And now, sleepbettermarysville.com too.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars, Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan.
Good afternoon. This is Paul Keels. After a lopsided loss at Fenway Park last night, Cincinnati Reds continue their series in Boston this evening. Brady Singer to pitch for the Reds. Richard Fitz for the Red Sox. You can catch that game tonight here on The Fan. Cleveland Guardians begin a series in Chicago against the Cubs tonight. Gavin Williams on the hill for the Guardians, who've lost their last 4. Matthew Boyd to pitch for the Cubs. Columbus Clippers begin a series in Toledo tonight. Most notable from Wimbledon today, Americans Coco Gauff and Jessica Pegula. The ladies' number 2 and number 3 seeds were both upset. The Oklahoma City Thunder and league MVP Shai Gilgeous-Alexander have reached agreement on a 4-year, $285 million Supermax contract extension, and the Milwaukee Bucks are placing Damian Lillard on waivers in order to sign free agent Miles Turner away from the Indiana Pacers. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Men who are not allowed to sleep in the same room as their wives. This is Man and Timmy.
No man today. Dave Biddle is in. Yeah, we're what they call sleep divorced. Mike and I take the guest bedrooms in our respective houses. The sleeping just goes much, much better that way. What are we working with in the Biddle household?
I'm surprised my wife has not
separate rooms already.
King size together still. Like, yeah. I'm surprised because I've talked to her because it's not her fault. Like, I'm the one that like tosses and turns. Sheets aren't where they're at. They weren't where they at when we fell asleep. And I've said like we could do the sleep divorce thing. I can sleep in the guest bedroom. She's like, no. I'm waiting for the time she just takes me up on the offer though, Tim. I think it's coming. If she's as smart as I think she is, she'll take me up on the offer.
You don't feel like you could make that move? Like that's something
I've offered it to her because I feel bad that I'm the one that like tosses and turns.
Right.
I snore.
You've offered,
yes.
but you wouldn't just make the choice. She
doesn't want me to.
She wants you in there.
You can see how crazy she is. Not only did she marry me,
you know what?
Now I've even given her like the sleep divorce out, and she has not accepted it. She has a.
She's
screw
not that
loose.
crazy. She's not that crazy.
She is.
Because I look at you. She needs accessibility. She never knows when it's going to strike.
Oh my God!
You got to be there. You got to be there at an arm's length. Oh my God! It's the one thing I guess I've never really pondered just how much of that I've been missing out on since we've done this. We got to have we got to schedule it.
The accidental 3 a.m.
Right. There's no accidents. It's scheduled. Right?
Scheduled. That's yeah.
Open up our calendars. We open up our day planners right there.
At like 8,
set it on
45.
Set the Apple Watch or the Samsung Watch, whatever.
You're like, I got an 8:50 out, and she's like, that'll be plenty of time. Don't worry.
There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff going on, right? Like we got kids and everything. You've got to find pockets. You've got to find the time to do the work. Got to make sure that my business socks are clean. All sorts of things.
Hey, Teddy, it only took 2 hours for the show to completely go off the rails. I think that's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
Pretty solid.
Good job by you guys.
Thank you.
2 hours.
Thank you.
Teddy, how you doing back there, Teddy?
Doing good, Mike.
Good. You guys have not done the sleep divorce yet either.
No. We're still in the same room. Yes.
No discussion about it?
No. We have a nice big king bed, and so it's all good. Yeah.
A lot of big spoon, little spoon going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have like my little, it's a big king bed, but I have the right side of the bed, the edge there, and I just sort of sleep like a log, and then she gets the rest of it. So,
you kind of go, you go like on the edge of the bed.
Yeah, I sleep like I'm dead, basically, so she can have the rest of the bed.
You say you sleep like you're dead though, because what I mean by that is I basically sleep like an X-wing.
No, not like that.
I
like I'm in a coffin. Yeah.
You sleep like you're in a coffin.
Yeah.
Okay. We're really. I will admit to this. We're psychopaths. Those that lie flat on our backs. We can all agree to that, right? I don't know why it helps my back.
Yeah.
I've been told, like with the way my lower back is too, sleeping flat on your back is the best way
like a
about
pterodactyl.
I know we've got like the fancy beds out there with the sleep numbers that you are supposed to be able to do some side
Raise
sleeping, and maybe that'll actually be good for support. But I don't know. Like there's some kind of comfort I have with it. I'm staring right at the ceiling fan and it's cooling me a little bit, flat on my back with my arms and legs spread like I'm doing a jumping jack. It's weird, man. But I need the room to do it.
I have to sleep on my side. I can either side, but that's why I toss and turn. Left side, and then turn the pillow around. Yeah,
as cool as the other side of the pillow.
Stuart Scott, I know, right?
You're turning the pillow around.
You have to. You have to get the cool side of the pillow when you can. If you've been laying on the pillow for a couple hours and you wake up and you move to the other side, you also have to get the other side of the pillow. Don't be lazy just because it's like 2:10 a.m.
I also have because I've got my own bed there, I've got 4 pillows that I will just cycle through. I'm using all of them.
When did you guys make this?
If one doesn't feel right to me for whatever reason, I just move on to the next one, toss it off to the side.
When did you guys make the split?
Oh, it's been years now.
Like, how long were you married? And then, like, have you been married? You made this split longer than you've, like...
No. We probably have not made the split. Yeah, we have not made the split longer than we've been married.
So, it's
after
you got married, but
maybe 5 years or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, we've been married 15 years, so no. Like,
So, you made it more than... So far, you've made it more than halfway.
We were also heathens, so we were sleeping in the same bed even before we were married, because we're dirty like that.
Oh, wow. You got kicked out of BYU.
Oh, yeah. BYU was not having us. We were done.
Is this thing on? It is. By the way, that it got dropped. I don't know. Is he going to come back now, or is no? I think the honor code is the honor code. I don't know what to do.
He's Retzlaff is transferring. We talked about him yesterday.
But it got dropped. The case got dropped. So now I saw a story today. Well, I know. I wonder if he's going to come back. It's like, unless they change their rules, it wasn't like it's because he was charged with something. It was because of premarital sex.
It did seem for a minute there that BYU was most concerned with just the fact that there was premarital sex, but there was also a suspicion of sexual assault.
There was something worse, actually.
Yes, that's bad. That's worse. Way worse.
I don't even know why I went down that road, but that young man, I don't know what's going to happen because now there's no criminal He was never given any criminal charges, and now the civil case has been dropped. So what does BYU do? Probably he's just going to transfer.
Dave, I saw this article. Teddy slung this one to me a little bit before the show. I don't know if you saw this one on the prep, but it just sort of took me back to an old rule of thumb when breaking down Buckeye football, especially lately, latter part of the Urban Meyer era and certainly into the Ryan Day era. It doesn't really matter who the quarterback is for Ohio State. This guy, if not the bona fide best quarterback in the conference, which has been the case for most of those years, he's certainly going to be right up there at the top. So I wonder, when I see USA Today's Big Ten quarterback rankings ahead of this 2025 college football season, it starts with Drew Aller. Okay, I get that. I know that we're going to do that. I do not for a second think that Julian Sayin, in just 1 year of college football, even give him 10 games or so, cannot solidify himself as a better college football quarterback, having a better season with the Buckeyes and this offense that's going to be around him than Drew Aller at Penn State. I still think that's out there. But Drew's number one. Look at Luke Altmaier for Illinois. Seems like he's been there for an eternity. He is ranked second. Dylan Raiola for Nebraska is third. Dante Moore, Oregon, is number 4. He started at UCLA in 2023.
I guarantee you Ryan Day would rather have. By the way, I played high
then
school
he was
basketball
behind Dylan
with
Gabriel last year.
Dante Moore's brother and I played high school basketball together.
Really?
Otho Moore.
Okay.
Yeah, in Beaver Creek. He was from Detroit, but he moved to the Dayton area just for a couple of years. So really, really super nice guy. Listen,
we got a Biddle connection.
Dante Moore, very talented. I guarantee you Ryan Day would rather have Julian Sayin.
Who was highly sought after, and Alabama wanted him, and then we got him here to Ohio State, of course. The rest is history, and we still don't know that he's ultimately going to win the job. I do. We didn't have a whole lot of movement post-spring. This is all going to get solved as we get closer to the game against Texas. But number 5 is Julian Sayin ahead of Nico Iamaleava. I think there is...
Thank goodness.
I almost think without a doubt, Julian Sayin is going to be one of the top 2 quarterbacks in this conference. The only one for me that we'd be going after is Drew Aller for Penn State.
You know what's funny, Timmy? I have to look up to make sure it's still the same, but when we were doing our last On the Money, we were looking at Heisman odds. I believe Julian Sayin had the 5th best odds to win the Heisman. Now, do I agree with that?
And now he's the 5th best quarterback in the conference?
And now he's the 5th best quarterback in the Big Ten. Listen, I get it. Neither thing is true, in my opinion. They both technically are true. He definitely does have the 5th best odds to win the Heisman, but seriously, I think he's going to have a good year.
You're giving Dante Moore that love.
I think
you're giving him that love.
Dante Moore is, again, good kid from a great family, very talented. He was not good at all. I know he was a true freshman, but Chip Kelly offenses are pretty quarterback friendly. He was not good. I think he was a little overrated coming out of high school. We shall see. He might make me look foolish for saying this, but you look at the quarterbacks that they've had the last couple of years at Oregon with Bo Nix, who, frankly, Timmy, I didn't think would be as good as he's shown so far in the NFL. He looks really good with the Broncos. And then Dylan Gabriel, I don't know if he's going to ever be a good NFL quarterback. Obviously, he was a third-round pick by the Browns. He was a heck of a good college quarterback. So I think Oregon's going to take a step back at the quarterback position. Hopefully for them, not a huge one. But I think Ohio State would definitely rather have Julian Sayin than Dante Moore.
Today, we are going to celebrate a tradition in Major League Baseball. Tell you what that is next. Biddle is in. It's Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
Slower traffic is causing a 5-minute delay if you're on westbound 270 on that north outer belt between 161 and Cleveland Avenue. And there's also a 5-minute delay on northbound 315 between 5th Avenue and North Broadway. This report is sponsored by Take 5 Oil Change. Get oil changes that are pit stop fast. Take 5 Oil Change gets you in and out in 10 minutes and is teaming up with the movie F1 starring Brad Pitt. Drive in today and catch all the speed and action now playing only in theaters. Rated PG-13. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Men, the summer is here. Longer days, warmer nights, and romance in the air. Intimate dinners, walks on the beach, dancing in the moonlight. But if you have erectile dysfunction, you know it can ruin romance, both for you and the one you love. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health. And if you have ED, don't let another summer go by without getting treated. Because intimacy is one of the greatest things in life. And fear of not being able to perform should not be something you have to deal with. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're ED experts. We've successfully treated tens of thousands of men. Our protocols work when others don't, and we have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. You could even last up to an hour or more and perform like you haven't in years. So call us. Your initial appointment is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
At Logan Services, we're more than heating and air. We're a family-owned business that puts people first. For decades, we've built our reputation on honesty, hard work, and treating your home like it's our own. From the first phone call to the final handshake, you'll work with a caring, local team that shows up on time and does the job right. Because comfort isn't about temperature, it's about integrity. Logan Services, family-owned, people-focused, and proud to serve its customers.
Used car prices are sky high. Families paying top dollar today. Don't waste time selling it yourself. Any car, any truck, any year, we want it now. No games, no waiting, just cash. Get to Valley before the market drops.
ValleySuperstore.com. I'm an old school Joe. I never lay juice I don't want to lay. I don't hate my money like that. I'd rather lay minus 108 than minus 110, wouldn't you? Prime Sports is Ohio's full-time reduced juice sports book. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Get a welcome bonus to match your initial deposit up to $400 in bonus bets. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Save big on everything you need for your vehicle at Menards. Good maintenance equals longer vehicle life, and Menards carries automotive products to help keep your vehicle on the road. Protect your engine with Valvoline High Mileage Synthetic Blend Motor Oil. It's proven to maximize engine life in vehicles with 75,000 miles or more. Save big money on Valvoline Motor Oil. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for more great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
At United Dairy Farmers, peach is our most popular ice cream. And once you taste it, you'll know why. Right now, get 2 48-ounce cartons of UDF peach ice cream for $10. It's only here for a short time. UDF peach ice cream, made for you.
Did you know that the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus is the official sportsbook of Common Man and Timmy? And did you know that man shaves his pits? True story.
Listen weekdays at 3.
The Fan.
The outdoor drama Tecumseh is back this summer. The drama, the history, and the spectacle make Tecumseh one of Ohio's most beloved traditions. Tecumseh has provided thrilling live entertainment for 50 years, and the outdoor theater at Sugarloaf Mountain will provide a safe and memorable experience for your entire family. Get tickets now at tecumsehdrama.com. This message is made possible in part by the Ohio Arts Council. Tecumseh, experience the drama.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Get a recap of all the day's news from across the state.
ONN affiliate WBNS TV reports.
Haley Kirby reporting in downtown Toledo.
From the State House, Kevin Landers.
ONN Canton. ONN affiliate WKYC TV in Cleveland explains.
In Marietta, Brett Wharf, ONN News.
Emma Henderson in Genoa.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Listen at ONNradio.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts from the Ohio News Network.
Viking, dedicated to creating travel experiences for the thinking person, with programs designed for cultural enrichment on board and on shore. Discover more at Viking.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
More clouds and sunshine, humid with a scattered shower or storm on this Tuesday. Temperatures holding in the mid to upper 70s, down to the mid 60s by Wednesday morning with fair skies and light winds. And after a cool start, a perfect finish. Plenty of sunshine Wednesday afternoon and low humidity and highs in the mid 80s. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
The ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus is the official sportsbook of Common Man and Timmy. Weekdays at 3. The Fan.
Common Man's wife would rather bang her head up against a wall instead of listening to this show. Timmy's wife is banging the milkman. This is Man and Timmy.
No man today. Dave Biddle is hanging out with us, and the YouTube chat has now just taken off. It is devolving. All thanks to our guy, Panama Ted. No, we are not here to talk about soaking.
Soaking
for the
it up.
next segment. Yes, except for soaking up all the fun, right?
There's
You and
so much soaking.
you and I wish it's soaking wet outside because it's drippy and it's nasty, and we just want some sunshine out there so we can soak up all those rays.
That's
what we
exactly
wanna do.
right. That's exactly right. This has nothing to do with our conversation about the BYU quarterback.
Got nothing to do
We're
with
just
that
soaking it
at
up,
all.
though.
Yeah, we're a couple of super soakers, right? Do you have the Super Soaker
There you
50?
go. There you go. I
Back when I was banging, I think there was the blue one.
Back when you were walking the main
Super,
streets.
that might have been the Super Soaker 100, the blue one.
I don't remember the number. I just remember when I was walking the mean streets of Beaver Creek, I had a Super Soaker. You better watch out.
I think the 200. If you had the 200, you were strapped. Yeah.
Oh, look out.
It had a strap on it because it would be so heavy when you filled those compartments up with water that you needed some shoulder support.
Did you ever egg houses?
I didn't have that one.
Were you that bad of a boy?
No, I was not a bad boy.
We egged windows.
I didn't want to do anything that would actually cause paint damage or real damage.
It wouldn't really cause paint damage if you egged a window.
I guess you could crack. You can't really. Crack glass if you chuck that thing. I guess.
I tried.
If you accidentally had a hard-boiled egg
that
in
was
there.
one of my goals is with a raw egg to crack a window. I never pulled it off. You could throw it as hard as you wanted to. That thing was not going to break a window. Yeah. But yeah, we would egg houses. Yeah, I was a bad boy.
I didn't know this was going to get to egging houses or let alone water gun fights.
I was trying to just get us off of this soaking conversation.
Honestly, though, when I think about Super Soakers, those are fond memories. Like we had some fun times in the neighborhood. People do that anymore?
What about water balloon launchers? Do you remember those?
Oh, we did.
Those things?
We did.
Oh, my God.
We did water balloons when we were in college.
Launching them from the top of houses. I'm telling you.
We were up on our 5th floor in a dorm, and we would go to the little study lobby. We had the guys wing and the girls wing, and then in the middle there was this big nice lobby there, and there was not private, but it was communal, and it was a little study hall thing with a door that closed and a couple of tables and chairs and desks, and the windows right there were right above the big concrete entryway to the dorm. And we just a couple of times idiots just filled a bunch of water balloons, and it was such good fun.
It is
really
fun.
Was. It didn't
those
hurt,
don't know we're
didn't
talking
hurt
about
anybody, but man, did it piss them off because it was a little chilly out. It's just maybe 40-degree weather. We always hit people that were on their way in.
It's a 3-man operation.
If there was a hit, they could quickly go to their place and get changed.
You need 2 people on each side, and then you need 1 to launch it, right? We're talking about the same thing, those water balloon launchers.
We just had to drop. We just had to.
Teddy, do you know what I'm talking about?
We lofted them.
We had a launcher.
Slingshot.
Yeah. Slingshot, yeah.
Exactly.
You need 2 people holding. It was like medieval times, basically.
Yes.
Exactly. Those things would My gosh, we seriously used to get up on my buddy's the roof of his house and just terrorize the neighborhood with water balloons.
Yeah, we did it in my buddy's car one time with that. Oops, sorry.
So much fun.
We popped it back out. It was a fender.
It was just a sunroof.
Hey.
Now you have a convertible.
Amazing. You know what? All that water, that's just good. That's good-natured fun right there.
Yes. We had to take it too far to have the eggs.
You got to take it.
We did the
eggs.
I don't know why we did the egg. We were bad boys.
We had one guy. We must have hit, or we didn't. It was rare to have a direct hit, right, with a water balloon. Just to try to get that. You think about the physics with that. You're 5 stories up. You've got to judge the walk pattern, where you're going to aim it. Do you throw it directly where you're aiming? There's wind. There's all these conditions that can go wrong. And usually we would get within maybe 5 feet, and then the splash would get somebody, and that would piss them off. They'd look up, wonder what's going on, and we'd just quickly hide. The one time a dude actually came up to confront us and walked into the room, I can't even tell you how that conversation went because there's not really a lot you can say. It's yeah, sorry, man. We're just, yeah, sorry, bro.
What are you going to do?
Go and dry off a little bit. You may as well just go to your place, take a shower, dry off. We did it. We're going to fight now? We're going to cry about it? No, go away. Go to hell. So, happy Bobby Bonilla Day, everybody. Yeah, if you don't know what Bobby Bonilla Day is by now, where have you been? And I'll tell you what goes on. So, because it's July 1st, that means that Mets fans everywhere And actually Baltimore Orioles fans, too. The Orioles always seem to get left off to the side with this, but they are every bit a part of Bobby Bonilla Day. But 62-year-old Bobby Bonilla is going to collect his check of $1.19 million from the New York Mets, as he has and as he will every July 1st through 2035. The deferred payment started in 2011. They go through 2035. That is simply unbelievable what Bobby Bonilla is going to make because of those deferred payments. So it was back in 2000. The Mets agreed to buy out the remaining of just a $5.9 million contract for Bobby Bonilla. Instead of paying the $5 million on that date at that time, they now instead make annual payments of $1.2 million for 25 years. Yes, you can do the math on how much money they'll pay him through time, including a negotiated 8% interest, which is how it gets there. The Orioles actually pay him $500,000 a year for a second deferred contract. Those payments started in 2024, and they will last through 2028. So that's coming up to a close here.
I believe, Teddy, correct me if I'm wrong, this is the first year the Reds are not paying Ken Griffey Jr. And I also believe the Dodgers will be paying Shohei Ohtani until like the year 2150 or something like that. But I seriously think the Reds were still paying Griffey until last year.
Let me see what the deal is with Shohei.
It wasn't
here.
that much, I don't think, though.
So, this past offseason, you said it there with Shohei. Bigger deal, because they do this a lot. The Dodgers, this is something that they do frequently. Shohei is going to delay payments for $680 million of his $700 million mega deal.
It's crazy.
I wonder how many
isn't it?
people realized this part of it. A lot of people just get enamored with that $700 million mark and leave it at that. He's going to start receiving $68 million per year in 2034. My God.
Hopefully his guy isn't out of prison to steal that from him.
Well, he could just earn it all back through gambling. Oh, that's right. He was awful at it.
He was not good.
That's right.
He was not very good at it. He even said
he was terrible.
Let me tell the bookie who I owe like about $1 billion, not quite $1 billion, but several $1 million. He was like, I am very bad at this. And the bookie was like, yeah, can we keep giving you some credit here?
I told you last year, this is not a brag in any way. I got to play Pebble Beach one time. So one and only time I've done it. I don't know when I'll have the luxury to be back there. My wife surprised me with the gift. My caddy at Pebble Beach, because I, of course, was not going to skimp on anything when I was out there. I got the caddy. I did it as full on as you could do it, right?
Yeah.
He says Shohei knew about it. Caddy says Shohei knew. So it must be true, right?
The caddies know.
It's a different type of intel.
They're like bartenders. They
different
know.
Type of intel, right?
They know.
The caddy knew. Caddy had stories about Jim Nantz, lots of celebrities and famous people that he caddied for.
When the story was fresh, that was my take. That was my take. I did hear.
How do you not know?
I did hear some of the communications from this guy, and it does make you wonder. At first, I was like, "How does Shohei not know?" Right? But then there was I mean, you'd have to believe the FBI is fabricating some of these documents to think that he was in on it. I'm still not ruling it out, but I will say when it initially broke, I was like, he had to know. Now, I really have no idea, but I wouldn't rule it out.
The other contracts, you mentioned Ken Griffey Jr., you got Brett Saberhagen. He's getting $250,000 a year from the Mets for 25 years. Payments also started in 2004 for that one. Max Scherzer is getting $105 million from the Nats that is going to be paid out through 2028. Manram is collecting $24.2 million from the Red Sox through 2026. So a lot of those deferred deals. Speaking of the Red Sox, how about the Red Sox and your guy Chase Burns last night? That was not fun.
No, I preferred his debut. No, it wasn't good. And you know what's
7 runs? Pitches, I guess, is what I heard.
Tipping pitches.
Yeah.
Well, McClain not turning a double play early. And by the way, I'm not a fan. I'm curious to get your guys' take on this. The idea, you can assume a double play. Yeah, you can. You definitely can. The reason that that's a rule is because, it's been a rule that's the way we've always done it, which is terrible logic. If the second baseman should have been able to turn the double play, you should be able to assume the double play. But yeah, Chase Burns.
I agree. I do agree.
Tipping pitches and not being helped by his defense. I tell you what, though, man, I love this kid's makeup. I obviously love his stuff, but like even last night after getting shelled, like I love the way he handles himself as a 22-year-old. I think the Reds, they were very fortunate to get him with the number 2 pick last year.
And when you have a defensive play like that, then maybe your confidence is shaking a little bit. You're taking on the Red Sox. You can just sort of feel the rally is coming on. Things like that do happen. There's no reason to throw in the towel on a guy just like that. I seen something today, and I need to know if this is just all one big stunt from you guys. That's in 2 minutes. Biddle is in for Man. It is Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
Things are moving a little slow on northbound 270 on the East Outer Belt between Easton Way and 161. And we've got a couple-minute delay on westbound 70 on the west side between Central Avenue and Fisher Road. This report is sponsored by Ohio Laborers and Ohio Lesset. Holiday weekends are joyous times. Sometimes too much fun can make roadways dangerous. Before the 4th of July festivities, have a plan that includes a designated driver, rideshare, or overnight stay. Extra precaution can make the journey safer for all. Brought to you by the Ohio Laborers and Ohio Lesset. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
We can come the day you call us.
We're 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Brian, I've been meaning to ask you something.
Okay, ask away.
Sometimes when we're talking, I hear a little sparkling sound.
Is it when one of us says, all you have to do is point?
There it is. Did you hear that?
That's the sound of magic happening.
Magic? Like we can come the day you call us? Wow.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone for Window Nation. Did you know their co-founders are Ohio natives? Yeah. Window Nation has been replacing windows in the Columbus region for over 15 years. Not only does Window Nation know what windows work best for Ohio homeowners like you, they're also local to the area. And right now, you can take advantage of Window Nation's biggest sale of the year. Get 50% off all window styles, plus 0 interest for 5 whole years. You heard that right. With Window Nation, you won't pay any interest until 2030. Plus, they'll install your new windows in 1 day or less, so you can get back to your daily routine right away. Personally, I wouldn't procrastinate. You don't want to wait on this deal. It's a trustworthy company like Window Nation, getting your windows in 1 day or less. 50% off all window styles now, plus 0 interest until 2030 with Window Nation. Call them up, 866-90NATION, or visit windownation.com to get your free quote on replacement windows. 866-90NATION or windownation.com. And tell them T-Bone sent you.
Common Man and Timmy is sponsored by Hinderer Motorsports. Listen every weekday from 3 to 6. They're good, clean boys. The Fan.
There's a greater than 0% chance Common Man gets fired before this show is over. You're listening to Man and Timmy.
One of the things that Bids and I always reminisce about is how we went to a CBJ playoff game together because we were stoked and thought that we could be in the building for one of the games in what was going to be their first series win, first playoff series win in franchise history. And it was the year that they came back from D.C. up 2-0 on the Washington Capitals. And I think that Ovi even said something to the effect and pissed me off at the time about how, like, yeah, we're fine. We're gonna take the next 4. Like, I think he said something like that.
And the Jackets were up in Game 3.
Look it up.
And the Jackets were winning Game 3 here.
And we're
thinking, we're going to sweep them.
We had Game 4.
Yeah.
We chose to pounce on Game 4 seats. We both were looking to sit in a fairly good spot in the arena, and we each paid for our own ticket, went, had a good time. But before we went to the Jackets game, we had a nice little treat in the arena district, which is not there anymore, and that was our BD's Mongolian barbecue. But there's 2 left in Central Ohio. And I got to tell you, I don't know if I've been there since I was there with you, but I loved going to that place, even in Kansas City when where I met Sarah. Her family would go there from time to time, and it's like my world just opened up to this stir fry goodness.
So good.
Great.
And like, so that was in 2018. So we were a year early. So it was we were thinking, so when Timmy and I bought the tickets, it was during game 3, if memory recalls. So we were talking about it after they won game 2. Like, we got to go to one of these games. Should we go to game 3 or game 4? Like, we couldn't decide. Game 3 is going on.
Trying to see the sweep, you know?
And the Jackets take the lead in game 3. So then we went on, like, StubHub, whatever it was, secondary market. During game 3, we bought tickets for game 4, thinking we were going to see the sweep. And then the Caps came back. They won game 3. We're like, all right, we're good. We're going to go to game 4. We'll take the 3-1 lead. And the Jackets got smoked. So when people ask me,
that was their worst performance,
what was the best part of going to a CBJ playoff game that year? I was like, well, the best part was the Mongolian barbecue. It was fantastic. We were a year early. We just would have waited another. We would have saw the 20. Yeah, I mentioned the bisque. You can't yada over the game.
Yes,
I mentioned the Mongolian barbecue.
But seriously, the best part.
We should have waited a year, and then we would have saw the sweep over the Lightning. We knew we could feel sweep in the air. We were just a year early, Timmy.
And then I messed up that year too, because you could tell, you sensed that something bigger was going to happen. They dusted the Lightning so bad, you sensed that more of a run was on the way. And so when the Bruins series was underway, that's when Jack and I wanted to take him to a game, get that experience. And it was. We went to game 6, which was the last one. And it was a wonderful experience. I mean, the building, Nationwide Arena, we were sitting in the first row in the upper deck, like kind of on the corner. I actually love that view. I love that vantage point for hockey or for basketball.
Or baseball, too.
For that matter. Yeah.
Football.
Or football, yeah.
Upper deck.
Yeah, we actually,
front row.
last time we went to a Bengals game, we saw the C.J. Stroud Texans game that Cincy actually lost, but it was a great game. We were in the first row there all the way on one side in the upper deck, and it was just a beautiful view. But Nationwide that night, despite the Jackets not scoring a goal in that closeout game, the fans were just doing everything that they could to carry that club. And of course, we stayed, even though that was the end. You have to. I mean, you'd be a fool to leave that arena just because you're losing that game when it's the deepest you've ever been in the postseason. You know, like it was
to this day.
Yeah, and it was really
it's going to change those soon.
It was a close series. Like that series against the Bruins, they played well. They were there. They had their chances. There was a lot of one-goal game. I think all of them until game 6 might have been a one-goal game.
Did the Jackets get 2-1 in that series?
I think they were up. I think they were ahead.
Yeah, I think they got up 2-1. Man, that was a really good team. They went for it. People thought they were crazy. And maybe they were because they barely made the playoffs after going basically all in, and then they sweep the Lightning. Still, by far the highlight of the franchise. But I tell you what, man, I know like free agency and everything hasn't maybe gone like Jackets fans want it to so far and everything. But I tell you what, man, I mean, I love where this franchise is overall with the young core, with having Waddell as the GM, having Evison as the head coach. The Jackets are built for success here.
Yeah, Jackets making some moves, nothing earth-shattering here, but signing Provorov, we talked about it yesterday, to a massive extension. You know, I think there's a little bit of risk that comes with going in for that much money on Provorov with what you've seen with his on-ice production, but sometimes you might feel like you've got to overpay a little bit to keep certain pieces. And I'm still excited. I'm still excited about what the Jackets are going to continue to do here in the offseason and what 2025, 2026 is going to look like. Now, I need to know this from you because I will be fully honest. I am not that interested in this stuff. I'm probably the last guy that's paying attention. These are things where it's impossible not to know that it's going on. When Jake Paul is ready to get in the ring again. Now, these guys have made a lot of money. Him and his brother. And they went from being YouTube stars to going after this boxing thing or wrestling thing when you're talking about Logan. Now, when I read that Jake is getting closer to apparently achieving his dream of becoming a world champion, I throw my hands up. Like, what are we even talking about there? Is there anything real to that at all that Jake Paul could possibly get a WBA title shot and win? No chance, right? Like, help me out. He's not a skilled, real boxer, right? These are all for show. It's been done.
We were just quoting a certain Seinfeld episode. I'm going to quote that same episode, but a different part of it. Fake, 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 fake.
Good.
I'm serious. I watched the quote-unquote fight with Mike Tyson.
What about the muscles? What about the sweating? What about the working out?
Fake.
There you go.
I'm telling you, I watched the quote-unquote fight with Mike Tyson, and you could even go on. There's slow motion replays where you could tell Tyson was about ready to punch him and then held back. Tyson got $20 million for that fight. He definitely took, and I know Mike Tyson's in his 60s or whatever, but I don't care. I don't care. If he wanted to pummel Jake Paul, he would. And I don't know about Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. I don't know if he's good or not. I didn't watch that one. But I think it's all fake. I think these guys are getting paid a lot to take a dive. And it's too bad what's happened to boxing, man. I used to love boxing as a kid, and it's just an absolute sham now.
It just seems it is, right? I've honestly never been into boxing. I think I missed the boat on that. I mean, I stare at my poster of Buster Douglas, who is a Columbus icon that I have hanging up in my garage, and I think about how awesome boxing used to be and what a big deal it was. I agree with you. It doesn't feel like that's a sport that could ever get that back. I know some boxing fans, I know some fighting fans, but they all more seem to have bled towards UFC.
Exactly.
And with the rise of that, there's less boxing fans. Calvin, who works in our office, he will talk about the fights. I never know who the hell he's talking about. He's the only one.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You need, UFC's done a great job. You need a unified body. Boxing, where it went astray, they have 4 different organizations.
Yes.
It's ridiculous. And you have all the different promoters. There's various reasons that boxing went downhill, because if we went way back in the day, way before you and I were born, Timmy, I mean, the major sports in our country were baseball, boxing, and horse racing. And boxing is just, not that horse racing's huge anymore, but it's a shame what's happening to boxing, because even when we were kids, we saw it. Mike Tyson, I know I'm a little older than you, but Mike Tyson, when he was coming up, you mentioned when Buster Douglas then beat Mike Tyson, that was huge. Even some of those, Evander Holyfield Tyson fights, or Lennox Lewis fights, it was still good, into the 90s, Riddick Bowe and stuff like that. It's just, it's a shell of its former self, and it's too bad. You're right. People like me that used to love boxing now watch UFC, even though I prefer boxing because I like UFC. But when people go to the ground for 3 minutes, I'm come on, there should be a limit on that. And I get why there's not. You got to give the guys that are awesome wrestlers their props. I get that. But just boxing at its best is awesome. And it's just I feel like everything Jake Paul is doing here is completely fake.
I feel like most of my boxing knowledge is from the Rocky series. I guarantee you I've watched more hours of Rocky 1 through 5 over and over and over again than I have actual boxing matches in the last 25 years. I guarantee you that.
Were you a Mike Tyson's Punch-Out fan as far as videos?
Sure.
So if I say Soda Popinski, you know what I'm talking about?
I play Punch-Out.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Glass Joe.
Even Wii boxing could be some fun.
Yeah, but Mike Tyson's Punch-Out was the stuff, though, man.
My God, but
that was so good.
You can even skip ahead in Rocky 4 and just get to the montage parts where they're playing Hearts on Fire, where he's working out. Look, you hear him grunting and moaning in the background here.
Eye of the Tiger.
Climbing the mountain.
Oh,
right?
Punching the raw meat.
Well, that's the original
freezer?
Rocky.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
right. Oh,
I got Rocky 4 in my head right now.
Running in Russia. Oh, yeah.
They show Drago, who's got all the tech and all the bells and whistles
and the steroids
and the roids when he's working out. Rocky, he's just got a wooden cart. He's lifting his trainer up and lifting Adrian up in the barn there in the shed. And I love his move, when he has to juke the Russians who have the chains on their tires. He jukes them off the road so he can run away and start heading up the mountain there. No, just one of the all-time workout scenes in movie history. Back Page is coming up. Bids is in for Common Man. It's Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're looking at almost a 10-minute delay if you're traveling on westbound 670 between 315 and I-70. And be aware of an accident that's on the right shoulder of eastbound 70 on the east side after James Road. That's causing some delay. This report is sponsored by Take 5 Oil Change. Get oil changes that are pit stop fast. Take 5 Oil Change gets you in and out in 10 minutes and is teaming up with the movie F1 starring Brad Pitt. Drive in today and catch all the speed and action now playing only in theaters. Rated PG-13. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
The champs are back. Ohio State football returns to the Shoe this fall with powerhouse matchups against Texas, Penn State, and more. Your Buckeye Saturdays begin at ohiostatebuckeyes.com, where you can grab single-game tickets that are on sale now. Gear up and get ready for game day.
Working your way through that honey-do list? That means more flushes, more showers, more fiddling with the thermostat. Trust the pros at the Waterworks with your plumbing and drain cleanings and repairs and all your heating and cooling needs. Our certified pros can repair or replace your furnace or air conditioner. Clogs? Call the Waterworks. Drain cleaning? Call the Waterworks. Plumbing issues? Call the Waterworks. Furnace repairs? Call the Waterworks. The Waterworks. Trusted neighborhood plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling experts.
Hey, it's Austin Ward here. Did you jump into Awaken 180's Lose 40 by the 4th offer? If you did, wasn't it simple? People think losing weight has to be difficult, but it really isn't if you have the right plan, the right support, and if you're eating to lose weight. If you missed 40 by the 4th, no worries. There's plenty of summer left to hit your goals. Barbecues, golf, pool parties, all included with Awaken 180 weight loss. Start today and start dropping weight your very first week. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
We could tell you what makes Giant Eagle special, but we think our customers say it best.
I love the fresh produce. I love the fresh meat.
I'm pretty sure the fish guy knows me by now. We're buds.
I love to grill. That alone keeps me coming back.
The people that work here are so nice and so helpful.
Everybody loves the cakes from Giant Eagle.
On every shelf, in every department, we're always going for better because being your Giant Eagle matters.
This is my Giant Eagle.
This is my Giant Eagle.
This is my Giant Eagle.
Hey, it's Timmy Hall for Central Ohio's most trusted and experienced group of orthopedic experts, Orthopedic One. They helped me with my hip pain, and I trust they can help you as well, because Orthopedic One is where you go to get better. So find a physician or location at orthopedic1.com.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
I can't wait to meet her. Oh my gosh.
Put your hands together for new Dr. Pepper Blackberry and Dr. Pepper Blackberry Zero Sugar.
There she is! Woohoo! Yeah! It's full Dr. Pepper!
With sweet blackberry flavor!
Dr. Pepper Blackberry, I'm obsessed with your succulent taste. Please marry me!
No! Marry me! Marry me, or I'm gonna freak out!
Try new Dr. Pepper Blackberry.
It's a pepper thing!
Hi, here are some ways to listen to The Fan. You can download the Fan app, or listen at home on your smart speaker, or open up the iHeartRadio app, or hold your head out the window and hear Common Man scream. Happy listening from the Dopes at The Fan.
Hey, it's Anthony. I actually enjoy the off-season. Gives me a chance to be really active, travel, be on the move. But when my back started giving me pain, I wasn't going to just deal with it this time. I went to the Good Feet store. Their personally fit arch supports got my feet into their ideal alignment, and I could already feel the difference in my back immediately. And they educated me. I had no clue we actually have several arches under our feet, and those cushy over-the-counter insoles were not going to do the trick. So many people suffering with pain can benefit from their system. People with pain in their feet, ankles, lower legs, knees, hips, and more. I've been wearing my personally fit arch supports for a while now, and they've given me the motivation and confidence to be as active as I want to be. The Good Feet store thrives on being solution-oriented. Go in. The fitting is free. They want you to try them in the store and feel them for yourself. So get back to living the life you love with the Good Feet store. They're on Stringtown Road in Grove City and on Polaris Parkway. Or check them out at goodfeet.com.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Common Man is out today. Biddle is in. Thank you guys for joining us today. So I want to give a shout out to our guy, Mark the Shark. Last day at the Fan today.
Legend.
And if you check our social media channels, you follow us on Twitter, Instagram at 971 The Fan. the goodbye video is up there. It's on YouTube as well. And some of the guys that sent videos in to send the happy trails to Shark, Kevin Stefanski sent something in. Bernie Kosar was in the video. Hammy. I mean, he's a big Cleveland sports fan.
That's
We know
awesome.
that about Shark. 44-year career in this biz. That certainly is something to celebrate.
Congratulations, Shark. We are sending you back to the ocean, but you're a legend, my man. Before I even met you, I'm sure he's listening to the show right now, right? Like I'm talking to him.
Hey,
Before
you
I
know
even
what?
met you, man, I loved you.
Shark's out there.
Before I even met you, I loved you, man. Like back in the day, you stumped the Shark, and then you get to meet the man. He's an even better man than he is a radio show host, and he's great at both. So congratulations, Shark. I'm jealous, and enjoy your retirement, my friend.
No, it is really cool. Really, really cool. We're just mentioning some Jackets things. They are not bringing Justin Danforth back. He just went to the Buffalo Sabres on a 2-year deal worth $1.8 million a year. So we send happy trails to Justin Danforth as well, who gave some good moments to the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Had a heck of a goal in the
yes, he did.
in the game at Ohio Stadium.
Yeah,
that's too bad. I was hoping they'd bring him back.
Yeah,
now, I don't
it was
know.
an awesome moment.
Because he's a fourth liner, and I was hoping they'd bring him back. Like if they thought like the price was too large, you don't want to overpay for a fourth liner. But that's too bad. I was hoping they'd bring Danforth back. But I know he's been here just a year, Timmy, but I trust Don Waddell. Like I can just tell he knows what he's doing. Is he going to do everything right? No, he's not perfect. But like I feel like the Jackets are in good hands, mostly because of the young core of players they have. But again, with Waddell as the GM and Evison as head coach, I feel like they're in very good hands.
Did you see this Buckeye basketball news here today? So Ohio State's Tayson Chapman has been fully cleared now. This has been a long road.
I thought you were going to say he's out for the year. I swear to God, I thought
you couldn't tell by my tone that it was going to be something that was
that's
positive
true. That's true because you love
uplifting.
I was just the way I was just like, you've got to be kidding me. He's out for the third straight year.
No, man,
good.
If I could rewind to hear how my voice sounded. I mean, did you see the I didn't say, did you see the Buckeye basketball news?
Oh, jeez.
Tayson Chapman. No, I said, did you see the Buckeye basketball news? My inflection went up a little bit.
I heard Tayson Chapman. I immediately just was like, I assumed the worst. Sorry, Tayson. Like, we're definitely rooting for you.
Fully cleared for basketball-related activities. Rothstein with that tweet said that came right from the horse's mouth. Well, no, not the horse's mouth. That came straight from Jake Diebler. So I guess next best thing than getting it right from Tayson Chapman.
Over.
Did not play last season. He only appeared in 17 games in the 23-24 season. Look, it's tough to hold anything against Chapman. He hasn't been healthy enough to play. When he came in, his inclusion on the roster was only going to be a certain point. Next year was going to be his chance to really make an impact and strike and show what he could do. And then he was out early in the offseason. It was a devastating injury. It is fair to wonder what this wear and tear has already done to him, if he's going to be more prone to injuries because we haven't gotten to see any consistency of him being out on the floor. I hate thinking of him in this way, but I think of what Seth Towns could have been if Seth Towns didn't have all of those injuries in his college basketball career. It was really exciting when he announced he was coming to Ohio State when Duke was also in the running for him. He comes back to Columbus from Harvard, has some good moments, but really wasn't able to break through because of all the issues from his previous injuries. And even what I hear, go ahead.
Even missed several games his senior year of high school. Very talented, high 4-star player.
Yeah.
Listen, if he stays healthy, they need him. Because I like what they're doing here. Like, I don't think you'd want Gabe Cupps as your starting point guard and Chapman as your starting shooting guard. But those guys coming off the bench, to me, that's good business, man. When you got Thornton and Mobley as your starters, really Mobley at the point, Thornton at the two, but those guys can be interchangeable. I love that as the starting.
You think that's the way it's going?
I like
Mobley's going to be
either
point.
Way. They did a little bit of that at the end of the year last year, a little bit, but I think that's going to be interchangeable. I think they, either one of them can bring the ball up the court, either one of them can, shoot the ball. My point is having Gabe Cupps as a backup point guard, people are going to be like, this guy sucked at Indiana. It's like, okay, as a true freshman at Indiana, he wasn't good. Missed pretty much all of last year.
He's coming off an injury too.
Yes. Yeah. My point is having a former Mr. Basketball as the backup point guard is good. And if Chapman can stay healthy, that's also really good for this team. I think that'd be huge for him, for this team, if he can be a good backup. The problem is, though, it's not just been his, like I was saying, not just his Ohio State career so far. He was hurt not half of his senior year, but a good portion of his senior year he was hurt. Only averaged 12 points a game. Despite all that, though, was still one of the top recruits in the nation. So hopefully for I almost said Chris Holtmann, for Jake Diebler and the Buckeyes, he can stay healthy.
All right, let's bring it home.
The Back Page.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Oh, I do have the plug sheet right here in front of me. Of course, our friends T-Bone and Tyvis, they're on from 6 to 9. They got a little segment called The Huddle. That is every show at 7 o'clock. Don't miss that. Porty, we're talking about the Jackets right here. He is going to be with Bishop and Friends at 11:30. So some more just taking a look at everything that the Jackets are doing and the way the offseason has begun. Porty will get you all caught up with that. And Adam Schefter will have his appearance on Rothman and Ice at 12:30. Do not miss that. And on this show, Nicole Sheeran. It's leather jacket time with Nicole Sheeran. We're just going to do the entire show leather jacket time. No, I don't think we're going to be wearing leather the entire show, but she will be our co-host, our gal from 10 TV right there. By the way, I was talking a little basketball there with Taysom Chapman. We hope him well this season with the Buckeyes. Guy I've always been impressed with, and he was a favorite of mine when he played on the team. And the way that he just worked and worked and worked to get his shot in the NBA, and that's Jayshawn Tate. Maybe not a lot of people thought that he would have been one of the NBA dudes, but he signs another one-year deal, $3 million to return to the Houston Rockets. He's going to be almost 30 years old. He's 29 years old. He's going on 30, but he has had a nice little career, steady career in the National Basketball Association bids.
Heck yeah, it's already made a lot of money, and I was concerned that like the Rockets would move on from him, so thrilled to hear it. He's going to come back with the Rockets. And I was one of the ones that thought Tate would be like a really good player overseas, wouldn't have an NBA career. Thrilled to be wrong.
Please do join us tomorrow at 3 o'clock. We will see you there. The Buckeye Show with Beam and Austin Ward is coming up on The Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're going to hit some delay due to an accident that's blocking the left lane on eastbound 70 on the east side at Hamilton Road. Emergency crews are on scene, causing some stop-and-go traffic from James Road. We also have slow traffic on eastbound 670 from Cleveland Avenue to 71. This report is sponsored by the International Hot Rod Association. The International Hot Rod Association Outlaw Nitro Series is back. 5 events, 4 locations, 1 explosive season. With top fuel cars, funny cars, pro mods, and more. Nitro Storm hits Columbus July 9th through the 12th. Tickets at IHRA.com. That's IHRA.com. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Delaware County Veterans Services is ready to help you access VA benefits, emergency financial assistance, dental and medical grants, transportation, and more. Give Delaware County Veterans Services a call, 740-833-2010 to schedule an appointment.
And we're back talking all things connectivity with Spectrum customers Kev and Melissa. So tell us, how long have you been with Spectrum and how important is a reliable internet connection?
We've been Spectrum customers since we moved 12 years ago. The first thing we did is sign up for Spectrum Internet.
You get a lease, you get it Wi-Fi.
Yes, we need that. We had Spectrum Wi-Fi before our couch got here.
That's true. That's a true story.
I'll sleep on the floor, but I won't go to bed with no internet.
You heard it here. Switch to Spectrum now.
Road trip! This summer at Tire Discounters, your tires are your passport to savings because you're driving to Paris,
Texas,
then it's off to Rome,
Georgia,
and you'll be kissing the Blarney Stone in Dublin,
Ohio!
Right now, save up to $494 when you buy 4 tires, and that includes a free alignment and oil change. Stop at Tire Discounters before you see the world.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. SkillBridge and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify.
This wasn't
how Patrick pictured himself in retirement. Instead of playing golf every day, he could barely walk because of his severe knee pain.
It hampered everything because it hurt to walk around the golf course. It hurt to swing, just pretty much hurt doing anything.
But the groundbreaking regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics changed everything for Patrick. QC Kinetics uses your body's own healing properties to help repair and restore damaged tissue in your knees, hips, back, and shoulders. No surgery, no drugs, no downtime.
The turnaround's been amazing from where I was to where I am now. I've gone from a 15 handicap down to a 7 handicap. That's because my knees allow me to play golf like I haven't been able to play probably in 15 years.
Don't let joint pain keep you from doing what you love. Call QC Kinetics today for your complimentary consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
The big one is back. The Good Guys 27-7 Racing Nationals presented by PPG. July 11th through the 13th at the Ohio Expo Center in Columbus. Over 6,000 of the nation's baddest hot rods, muscle cars, and trick trucks. Don't miss Good Guys autocross racing action. A tire-smoking burnout competition. A pro street takeover. Earth-shaking nitro thunderfest. Meet the top builders in the industry and more. July 11th through the 13th at the Ohio Expo Center. Details at good-guys.com.
Summer is hot, sticky, and buggy. But Modelo is cold, crisp, and smooth. When you're sweating through your shirt and the beach is mad crowded, the lime and salt flavors of a Modelo Chelada hit just right. When the weather's perfect but you're still at work, it's time to clock out and stock up on Modelo. Drink responsibly. Beer and flavored beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Save big on 18-ounce containers of blueberries or 12-ounce containers of raspberries. Right now, they're only $3.77 each with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
I can't wait to meet her. Oh my gosh.
Put your hands together for new Dr. Pepper Blackberry and Dr. Pepper Blackberry Zero Sugar.
There she is! Woohoo! Yeah! It's full Dr. Pepper!
With sweet blackberry flavor!
Dr. Pepper Blackberry, I'm obsessed with your succulent taste. Please marry me!
No! Marry me! Marry me, or I'm gonna freak out!
Try new Dr. Pepper Blackberry.
It's a pepper thing!
The Columbus Zoo invites you to follow the footsteps and the tales of animals from around the world. Explore our newest region, North America Trek. So what are you waiting for? Get your tail to our trails only at your Columbus Zoo.